All right. And what is going on, everybody? That is right. Next podcast is live. Do not check your calendars, guys. Yes, it is a Sunday. It is a Sunday. We are here live for a very special time because just to be honest with you, we had kids' birthdays yesterday. I was over at Dave and Buster's. I was over there beating Fire Team Raven, the Halo arcade game that they have over there, and I knew I wasn't going to be home in time. But the panel and our special guest definitely kind of said, you know what, you should just be there, and then we'll do this on Sunday. So here we are, guys. Next podcast is live. We have a great show for you guys planned for today. Some awesome topics, some things I really want to get into. But you know the deal out there. We cannot get into the topics until we do the intros. And you know what? I'm going to start with our special guest first because when it comes down to it, the cream always rises to the top. He is the host of Multiverse, a part of Tick Games Network, and you guys know we are a Tick affiliate over here. My brother,
Oh shit!
Anchorman. What is up?
Hey
bro?
everybody, how you guys doing tonight? I'm kind of out of practice in other people's shows, so
You're used to controlling everything, right? And
yes, I have the control.
dude. At first I thought you were playing D&D, and we might have interrupted something. And I'm glad you chimed in, man. How have you been, brother?
I've been pretty good. I've been busy for the most part. Life. So, doing the show, day to day. I'm trying to fit in games where I can.
Nice. Well, it is really good to have you on. For people who don't know, I have been friends with this man for a long time. We're affiliated with We Game Here, with Hard Knock Gamers. It has been a while. Anchor, it is good to have you back on the show. I cannot wait to get into the topics with you, but dude, I have more people to introduce. So we will get in on the first topic. You will have the first question, but for now, the man who brought peace, love, life to the gaming community out there on Twitter, my brother Yobi.
Yo, what's happening? Mr. Peace, Love, Life himself. What's going on, chat? What's going on, panel? What it is?
What up, brother? You sound a little low, man. Your headset okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I had the
Oh,
mic
okay.
far away.
Oh,
But I
okay.
got a bone to pick with you, but
What did I do?
how you forget that when I did the show with you last week, I told you, oh yo, can I do next week? And you said yeah. How you forget, bro?
Yo, Yobi sent me gameplay, which you will be seeing after we do the intros. Yobi sent me gameplay. I was like, man, this man just keeps on giving in the community. He isn't even gonna be on the show. He sent me gameplay.
Negative.
Yeah.
Negative. But what's up, panel? What's up, chat?
Nice, brother. It's good to have you on. Like I said, man, we got a pretty long list, so I got to run through here. Yo,
Let's get it.
next on the list, he comes from NYC, so he's one of the most opinionated YouTubers out there. You definitely got to check out his YouTube channel. I am talking Knoxximus.
Yo, what's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Gotta check out that channel. Yeah, there's gonna be new content coming soon too, man. But
Lots of
what's good?
yes.
What's good, everybody? I know I keep saying that shit, but it's coming, man. It's
Brother, every time I promote like a panel member's YouTube channel, then they decide they're not gonna make videos, man. You know what? Maybe I should not talk about it, and you'll get some out, dude. I don't know.
it's just gotta dot a couple of I's and cross a couple of T's and shit and everything. But yeah, man, what's good, man? Can't wait to. We got a nice panel going on right here. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get into these topics, my brothers. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Nice. Well, next on the list, you guys know him. He is a part of the starting lineup here, usually every Saturday, but even when we move it to Sunday, we don't do a show without this man, Predator.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy to be here another week, Sunday, but you know what? We'll still get it done today, so let's get it going.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, Predator has been playing some of that greatness called Destiny 2 as well. Don't let it fool you. You might get some Destiny 2 gameplay from Pred today, or maybe in the upcoming weeks. Who knows? But I know he's been playing that. I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, next on the list, some people call him Goldblum. Some people call him the Angry Otter. All I know is he has saved this world more times than anybody in the chat can count. Dark Optimus!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy to be here, ready to get into this show.
The show, for show. I think you might be the first one to actually have gameplay after the winning gameplay is shown.
No, I've done that. You've had me on there before doing that.
Okay. Well, you sound so happy, man. I can't wait to hear. Dude, is there a topic or something that you're like heated about? You want to go in on, or?
No, dude, I'm just working over here and on the podcast, so
He's
I got
working 9 to 5.
I got stuff I got to take care of, so
All right, brother. Well, like I said, I'm definitely want to hear your opinions on some of these things. I think we have a great show in store, but I have to go again down the list. Coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. My brother, K Mega.
What's up? Let's get this show over with so I can play Gears.
That's all it's about right now, huh?
It's all about Gears right now, man.
All right. So, hey, oh my goodness, I think I got everybody. Guys. Mark it in the books. I introduced everybody on the panel for tonight's show. Guys, I guess since Mega talked about Gears, he created a really good segue. And as I go over to the gameplay, which thank you guys for voting for me last week, I did have the winning gameplay. Sit back and enjoy.
Only because I already won.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, but dude, we got a special guest, and I'm gonna start presenting the questions to our special guest, man. Guys, if you haven't been living under a rock, the Gears 5 alpha test alpha, basically multiplayer PvP arcade is live now for people who have Game Pass and stuff like that. It's been live for, I believe, a couple days. I've seen a lot of people talking on Twitter about it. Saw a lot of people talking some good things, some bad things, some screenshots here, some screenshots there. But Anchorman, first off, I gotta ask you. It's going to be just a couple questions rolled into one. Did you get to play the Gears 5 tech test? And if so, dude, you got to give us your thoughts and opinions, pluses, minuses. What's the deal, man?
Sure, yeah, I definitely got to play it. I played for maybe about 2 hours yesterday just to get a general gist of it. For me, I am not a huge Gears person, although I enjoy playing 1. I'm playing 4, 2. I enjoyed playing those games for the campaign mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So going and getting to play the boot camp and the multiplayer. I mean, the multiplayer, Gears, not my cup of tea, but I see other people would enjoy it. But I will say, I definitely thought the graphics were just amazing. Like even coming from Gears 4, like the LEDs, like little details. Like if you look at you're playing as Dell in the boot camp, when you're firing, you can see his hair reacts to the recoil of the gun. I was like,
Oh, dude,
wow, like
I didn't even notice
it's
that,
an
man.
insane detail. Like it really is. Other people were picking up on it too. But I was like, wow. It's pretty crazy.
Nice. Now,
I thought it was good.
Anchorman, the funny thing is when you talked about that, like I purposely went back into Gears 4 before this test came live, and I was playing it for a couple days, and one thing I will kind of like second that notion on the improvement over Gears 4. Like I couldn't believe it. Like when I came in, even the bots that are floating around, like you said, the LEDs that were on the armor, stuff like that, the lighting, even the menu, the start screen, the menu start screen. I showed it to O Snaps, and she automatically, because she's been watching me play Gears 4 as well, she automatically saw an improvement. So, how do you think the PvP felt? Like, we are looking at 60 frames per second. Was it kind of like the smoothness that you expect from Gears? Do you think it was better, possibly? What do you think about the gameplay elements, like the movement and stuff like that?
From my memory, because I never really got into the PvP aspect of Gears. I mainly play it for the campaign, and maybe a little bit of Horde, but I didn't notice that much of a difference over 4. I think the only thing I really noticed was like a couple of the mechanical changes, like with Chainsaw. They moved it from B to the reload button for the right bumper, and so that's different. I just gotta get used to it. But other than that, I mean, I didn't really notice that much of a difference.
All right, and you guys caught me mid vape right there as I was listening to Anchorman. Let's move it on down. I'm gonna move it to Knox because Knoxximus I know is a Gears fan. Now, Knox, did you get a chance to try this test?
I did.
All right, man. You got to give us kind of like your quick thoughts and impressions, and we're gonna dive deeper into it. But what did you think after playing this?
All right. So real quick, the little tutorial mode, right? That was pretty dope. Like I like the movement. I like the way they've refined the aiming. I like the inclusion of the knife. Visually, the game is fantastic. The movement is crisp and crazy. You really could see that 60 frames per second. It was awesome. I was fucking super excited. And then I attempted to get into the multiplayer.
Okay.
And that's where the disasters, for me, my experience started. It took me nearly, I got in the first time I tried it. It was cool. I was like, oh man, I really didn't get a grasp of it. I wanted to play again. It booted me out. And then after that, I didn't get in for 4 hours.
Oh, you got stuck in that queue.
Not even. It would just stay counting, bro. I mean, I think I literally put up a picture where it was like 14 minutes and it was just.
Uh-oh. Knox, are you there?
He got caught up in the queue.
Yeah, he got caught up in the next podcast queue. Yeah. Hold on, Knox, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. All right. What happened, brother?
Oh no. My youngest son walked in and just starting to
Oh,
talk
did
and
did he
make
want to
noise.
be on the show too, man? We got to get him a little headset.
He probably did, man. He probably did.
Like,
So I got caught up in there. Didn't get to try to play it again till the next day. The next day I got in one more time. And that's when I started noticing that it was more, Gears of Duty in that arcade mode. And it did. It really felt that way. Like taking away the Nasher changed the dynamic of the game. And that could be cool. Maybe it'll just take me some getting used to, but that you got to score kills. I don't like playing Gears camping and shooting. My auto rifle. I like to, grab the Nasher, try to, push my
he
way
likes to
forward.
bounce
And
his ass off the wall a few times.
I mean, you need somebody to put down cover fire, but when it's only that, and so then the guy scoring those kills can then purchase a special weapon. So then it just continues to give them more of an advantage. That's that Call of Duty style. I'm not feeling that. I tried to jump in a ranked match. It never let me in. It just kept giving me an error message. But all in all, man, I'm gonna enjoy the campaign. Don't know about the multiplayer. I'll just have to wait and see. But I think I'm really gonna enjoy the Gears campaign a whole hell of a lot. I like
I
what's
was gonna
coming.
say because I think we both gone on record like when it came to what they showed at like E3 when it came to Gears 5 I think we both were disappointed. We wanted to see the campaign and everything like that up there on the big screen and stuff. Does this kind of like let you settle in a little bit more now that you got your hands at least
Well,
on the game, the gameplay, the feel of your characters and whatnot? Knox. Knox. Knox.
yeah.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, yes and no. I would have rather demo like a little slice of the campaign as opposed to what they offered with this tech test, because again, I don't like that they use tech tests. I know people are going to say, well, it's its job. To me, it's too close to release for the game to crash that way. For me to get a constant in a ranked match, I can't get in, and it just boots me out. When it loads in, it just boots me out to an error screen. When you're 2 months away, hey, hopefully everybody is right and it is just a tech test and those issues will be resolved come release. I don't like that it's this close to release and that's happening. It just reminded me of Anthem all over again. Not feeling that, but I know Gears doesn't. Gears usually comes through when it comes to multiplayer stuff. So
Let's also keep in mind for that too. Normally with tech tests, they give out codes for that. This one was just available on Game Pass. Like anybody could get in.
And that's a lot of
or
people.
yeah, and pre-order. But again, they should have been prepared or let people in, in certain amounts. You know what I mean? Like that. That's why I thought they had the queue for.
Sure.
Queue it in, control it, see that it's stable, then boom, okay, let another, let another whatever in, whatever the amount is, let another 20,000 in. But I mean that it is what it is. I do like the little gameplay mechanic changes that I saw. I like the targeting. I like the targeting with the Nasher, with the Lancer. It was cool. I like the melee button in B. I had to really get used to that chainsaw. Don't know why the chainsaw is started with the right bumper, but then if you get locked into a chainsaw duel, you have to go back to spamming the B button in order to fight them. Why not
That's
just
a
keep
that's
pressing?
a great point right there,
Yeah,
actually, man. That is
yeah.
a great point.
Why not just keep pressing right bumper? Because that I lost like 2 battles because of
Well,
that.
if you have an elite controller, the version 1, and you keep hitting that right bumper, you know what's gonna happen to that bumper, though, brother.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, you know what? I'm looking forward to Gears, man. It is what it is. I think I'm gonna enjoy the campaign. I hope that I enjoy some multiplayer, and that's it, man.
Nice.
It's
Well,
looking good.
just to
It's
let
looking
you
good.
know, that's this arcade. It's only one mode. They do have that more
Yeah,
traditional kind of like mode when the full game releases.
yeah. I know. I know.
All right, all
I
right.
would have liked for them to do that. I would have liked for them to put
I
more of a
think you
like.
won't be in arcade too much. That is what you're trying to
No,
say, brother.
absolutely not. Not a Call of Duty guy. So no.
All right. Well, yo, Dark. I know you are the man who really kind of like prefers those single player games as well. You know, your Sekiros and stuff like that. Did you get a chance to jump in on Gears 5?
No, man. I've been busy, dude.
All right. Well, next. No, I'm just.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. I mean, I saw gameplay of stuff. You know, I saw K Mega. You know, he posted some stuff on Twitter. Um, I saw that stuff. I mean, it looks badass, but you know, just having time to actually just fucking play some multiplayer, I just don't have it right
Dude,
now.
you sound like you're mad at your job right now. I swear.
Oh
Like,
no, no, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. I'm just. I don't want it to make it sound like I'm super excited about it because there's some things coming down the pipeline that are it's gonna really change my life. So,
oh,
um,
nice.
yeah.
Does it pay dividends for me at all?
I wish, but no.
Damn it! That's it. That's it. We're moving on. We are. Yobi,
Talk to me.
Mister Positivity, and I don't even mean that in a sarcastic way. Like this
Uh,
dude, peace, love, life, everything in the gaming community. I know you got your hands on Gears 5, right?
yes, I did.
All right, brother. You got to let us know, man. What do you think? Is it good or is it, man? What's up?
It's amazing, but let me break it down for you. So, July 19th release, boom. So I loaded it up. Okay, I'm ready to get into it. First thing it says, oh, queue time. The shit said 4 hours. So I had a shit face. So what I did, I just deleted it, uninstalled it, deleted it, and I went on to the next one. Then went back the next day. I'm like, okay, let me try the shit again. Installed it again. I was able to hop right into it. So I went into arcade, not the arcade, but the boot camp, which was
Yeah.
fucking fire.
They
by the
make
way.
you do boot camp in the beginning anyway.
Yeah, the boot camp is fire. I like the new knife skills. That shit is fire.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, all that shit is great. And then I finally got into the multiplayer, which was fantastic. But the multiplayer is it a teams of 4 or teams of 5? I can't remember right now.
Dude, I
Teams of
don't.
five.
I
Teams of
kept
five.
getting shot, man. I don't know.
All right, teams of 5. So I think I had like 5, 6 rounds. Dude, by the third round, half of my team quit. It was only two. It was only me and another guy versus like 5 dudes. I mean,
What?
yes, bro. I was like, did y'all dudes really quit? And then the dude and we was just like, fuck it. We played the whole game through, even though we lost, but we played it through like some real soldiers. So it's amazing. It's dope.
Yeah. What? And what do you like about it? Do you think that like the visuals are better than 4? What? How did it feel in terms of the gameplay mechanics? You said you like the addition of the knife. Do you like the fact that
Yes.
they brought the saw up to the right bumper?
I mean, I feel like the saw should have been should have been with the B.
I see.
I don't
I like them
I don't
having
under,
the knife and the saw there when you
Mhm.
have your gun equipped. I like that. But go ahead.
right
My bad, dude.
right. But let it just be known, I recently started playing through all the gears. I'm at Gears 3 right now, and I'm literally at the end. And that shit broke my heart. Well, I'm not gonna say what happened. I'm pretty sure some people in the world didn't play Gears 3, so I'm not gonna mention it. But by tomorrow, I should be on Gears 4. But what I saw in Gears 5, the graphics look beautiful, dude. Like the running is more crispier. Everything is smooth, dude. I fell in love, dude.
Nice. Now,
That shit is beautiful. It is beautiful, dude.
brother, what do you think? Like out there on social media, of course, you're gonna have people who prefer another platform. All
Hmm.
right, and I've seen a couple of those guys putting screenshots, comparing the Gears 5 test to the Days Gone game.
Oh, I
Um,
seen that picture, dude. It was yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
dude, to me that picture, I don't know what they did with that, but from what I saw, unless they took a picture of their TV screen or something
Mm.
like that, there is a type of fuzz in there that I don't see when I play the tech test. Dude, did you see that as well? What do you think's going on there?
Dude, brand loyalty. That's what it is. People just playing the whole
Mhm.
console wars. Oh, that game looked better than Gears. What they did and what you just said about someone was filming that on a telephone, a phone, a camera, whatever, a phone, and they zoomed in using their phone. I mean, you can tell because he's like, oh, look at this and look at Days Gone. It's like whatever that game. What's the name of the other game again?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. He's like, oh, and they said Gears look better than this, and everybody was like, dude, you used the phone. So he used the phone and he zoomed into it. It's like, stop it, bro. Like, stop it.
Wait,
Because my thing is, the dude who posted that picture, he don't even. I'm pretty sure he don't even own an Xbox. He probably got that picture off, got the video off from YouTube and just zoomed into it. We use his phone. Like, stop it, dude.
Well, the reason why I ask you is because you are pretty heavy on Twitter, so I feel like if somebody over here kind of like knew that
Mm.
person, or somebody out here saw that, it was you who saw that. Like
Oh,
I kind of
I saw
figured.
everything.
Um,
I wanted to say something on the post, but I was like, nah,
it's
I
not
ain't got
even
time for
worth
none of
it
that shit
after
today.
that, brother.
It
It's
ain't,
not.
bro.
You already know what they're trying to do. It's not. It's not even worth
Dude,
it.
I done told these people on Twitter time and time again. I own an Xbox One. I have I have two Xbox Ones. One for me, one for my little brother. Two PS4. My little brother, my nephew. Two Nintendo Wii's, and I have the Switch. Like, the console world does not exist in my house. I support every single platform. Majority of my ecosystem is on Xbox.
All right, I got you, brother. I got you. We do
Feel
have a
me?
big panel here, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's go.
keep
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna keep it moving. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to the indie gamer. He said, "What is up, Xbox? Yo, what is up, brother? It is good to see you.
What's up, Indy?
Yo, it is good to see everybody in the chat, guys. While we're
Yeah.
at it, there's this little icon. It's got a thumb sticking up. If you guys can go over there and just click on that real quick and share this out on whatever social media you talk games. Let them know next podcast is now just for today on a Sunday. And they
Mhm.
got to come in and talk gaming with all of us, man. Let them know. Let them know. But on that note, let's get to Predator. Pred, I saw your gameplay, and you might have a little Gears 5 in there. I think you might have played a little, man. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Is this is what you're seeing from this like tech test kind of putting you at ease about the game when it comes out, man?
Yeah, I've never had any issues with the game in the first place, other than them just not doing any marketing for it. Other than that, I mean, I had no issues with what I thought the game was going to look like or be when they announced it. Gears 4 looked good, so I don't know where these images and stuff are coming from. I'm posting a couple right now on Twitter just for shits and giggles, but like I just played a match we were playing, and I'm not even a huge multiplayer Gears fan. Like honestly, I'm not a multiplayer Gears fan at all. Like, but I'm actually loving this now that I've actually gotten to it, played it. I just sucked at it. So like I never really got into it, and I like more military type shooters with actual realistic weapons, but I'm having fun with this. I don't like the movement of the characters too much. They feel a little clunky and slow to me, but I think that's what their character models are made like. That's the way Gears has always kind
Yeah,
of
that's what
played.
they're known for, man. Holding
Yeah,
A to run, and you're just lumbering down with like bent over looking for cover type thing.
yeah, that's a me thing because again I don't typically play a lot of Gears multiplayer. I get Gears for the story, but I've been playing multiplayer and I love it. It looks good. Like I said, I don't know why people are out here trying to well, I know why they're doing it, but it's just stupid. Just like
Did
it's admitted it looks good. Just say that, but
Hmm.
everyone always has something negative to say. They say nothing positive about it. Um, I suck online playing this, but I did just finish a match and I did pretty well in it. I tried to play on PC with the controller and I got my ass handed to me. So I know that
Keyboard.
yeah, the keyboard and mouse guys are killing us, man. And again, I'm not really good at it, and it's even worse that I'm playing with keyboard and mouse players. But
Right.
it looks great on PC. I saw I even ran one myself. The I forgot what it's called, where you run the specs of your system and stuff like that, and you can kind of see like the explosions and stuff, or the snow around the characters and stuff like that. And like I remember when I've done that in previous games, like that's the real game. Like that's going to be in the game when you play it. Like that's what it's going to look like. So they're doing those things to kind of give you an idea of how much it's going to affect your PC as you're playing it. So that looked great, and I have no concerns about the way this game looks. I think if anything, it's going to be the story and how it ends and how it plays through the length of the time. But like, if anyone's complaining about graphics, they're stupid.
Right.
You're stupid. It's one of the best looking games this generation.
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn, putting it out there already, Pred. I like it. I
Talk your
like it.
shit.
Dude, I gotta say, like I said, I started playing Gears 4. I did it on purpose, and it was funny. Like I started playing Gears 4. It's a finished game, and I thought to myself, I remember what they did when they opened up kind of like the alpha and the beta to Gears 4 in terms of the multiplayer, and people were going in talking
Mhm.
about textures and stuff like that. I was like, man, they might do that again here. But then I was like, man, the game's so close to release that I
Yeah,
think you're gonna
it should
get
have. I will
full
say this
access.
though, like what Knox was saying about the wait time. I know that was going to get fixed, but man, my first attempt to get into the shit, it was 2 days, and I shit you not, I sent a screenshot. It was 2 days and like 38 hours until I can get into the game. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Damn.
Yeah, they
6 7
definitely.
hours it was for me to get in. I didn't wait that long, obviously. I just kind of backed out, came back in, and it was 2 hours, and then like it said that, and then it just immediately loaded, So,
Yo,
but I
Pred,
know the wait times are gonna suck for some people.
Pred. When I
Mm.
started seeing those screenshots, you know what thought first came into my head, man. And I hate to say this because it's a fanboy
Anthem.
console war thing. No, no. The thing was like so many to a lot of people out there on YouTube, it's like, yo, so many people are getting rid of their Xbox or PS4s. I'm like, wow, there seems to be enough people with an Xbox that they got a queue for like over a day before you get into a test, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and I know from seeing this happen as a trend. When they do these technical tests, they start off small and then they open it up. So if you're trying to jump in like the first hour, good luck. Like you might get in, but like just give it like about 3 or 4 hours, because they even came out and said, "Look, we're working on it. We know it's an issue. We're opening up the pipeline, so just give us a little bit of time." Like you can't. I mean, I know Knox will say this, it should work, but like it's a test for a reason. They want to see what they need to turn on and turn off before the game launches. So as far as them opening up the pipe, everything, like right now, I can get into a match right now in less than 3 minutes. So I'm not concerned about that at all.
Oh,
Going forward.
nice. So that will probably be a non-issue on Twitter again
That'll be
now.
an issue with
Like,
this field.
no wonder why they went to the screenshots, man, because they fixed the whole putting people in queues and stuff like that. Yo, I gotta say, huge shout out for Sir X Man hitting up that super chat, showing love and support to the channel and the show. He says GTA 5 is now $15 on Xbox. He says with all DLC. Brother, I think all the DLC for GTA 5 is free though. I believe it is. Like I don't know, but that
Well,
is.
except the casino, which they literally just opened up.
Oh, that comes out in 2 days, right? Or did it come out today?
I don't know when it came out. Doesn't really matter. The point is,
The
everyone
23rd.
made a big deal. Everyone made a big deal about like loot boxes being gambling. Rockstar literally adds gambling, and everyone loves it.
Dude, I saw it on your Twitter feed, dude. I said that to Oh Snap. She started cracking up, dude. Like, dude, it makes sense though. They literally put in gambling, and everybody's like, yeah. Man, maybe that should be a topic. I don't know, man. We might have to get into that a little bit. But all right. Mega. I know it's been a while. As you can see, we got a big panel here, so it's been a while since you hit the mic to talk on this show. You got to let us know, man. What do you think about Gears 5, about the tech test? Is this everything that you were hoping it would be? Is it more? Is it less? What's the deal?
Well, I mean, I always go into playing Gears. I'm skeptical about it for the one thing, because I'm like Fred. I'm not the biggest online Gears fan.
Dude,
I'm
I
more
don't get into the
story.
PvP either, man.
I tried to play 1 through 3, and I just didn't like it. I couldn't stand it. And then I started getting into start playing 4, and that was going in competitions with Z and his crew out there. And then I started getting into it because I wanted to get better at it, and I started finding myself actually liking it, even though I still just was a novice at the game. And then I caught myself playing more with different gamers and learning different things and whatever. And I was like, okay, you know what? I really like. I like it. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not Halo multiplayer, but it's I can see why so many people like it. And so then you jump into the Horde mode, which I love Horde mode on Gears. And when I played with Bam and Mooch and them, and I was just like, man, you know what? They got so much to offer in the multiplayer that I can really dig that, other than the story. So when I jumped in here, I was in here just thinking it was going to be kind of like 4, still that difficult feeling and stuff like that. And then so when I got off work, I jumped in on Bloody's stream and on Bloody Knuckle stream, and we was trying to get in, and that was around like 10 o'clock my time, Central Time, 10:30, and I couldn't get in. I did the the boot camp, and then we was trying to get in and did the countdown and stuff. And so then actually about an hour and a half later, I jumped in and I played arcade. And it was really weird to me because I wasn't knowing what the hell was going on. Like I was like, what is this? Like, where's my shotgun? What's going on? What's happening? But I was wrecking because the fact that even on the previous Gear games that I played, I always shot with the Lancer. I used to piss people off. I remember I used to piss Blue off like no other. Stop using the Lancer. Learn how to shoot with the whatever that damn shotgun's name is.
Nasher.
And so yeah, the Nasher. Yeah, but because I knew how to shoot with the Lancer, it was like I was at home, and so I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And so I started wrecking shop, and then I got.
I think you're making Knox frown right now because he's like, "Yep,
Hey,
that's
man.
right. You're
Hey,
not a
that-
Gears
that's
guy.
me.
That's why."
Oh, no, that's me. I mean, I like assault rifles and shit like that. So I was like, hey, I don't know why y'all don't try to use it. It's got the assault blade on it. I like to shoot you, get you down your knees, and cut you up. That's my thing, right? So then I go in and I'm feeling high and mighty because I played like 1 or 2 matches, and then I went to bed. And then after that, I tried to play again yesterday. Well, and I got in, like Chris said, without too many issues or anything. But then I wanted to go rank matches. I wanted to go hard to paint, still feeling myself. And then I realized that we're playing with the big boys, that I was nowhere on that level. So I was like, okay, all right, I get it now. I get it. So, and then that feeling again came back to me of like Gears 4. It's like, all right, these guys are so much more better than me. I have to keep playing. And I caught myself playing it all day all night until I went to bed last night. I'm like almost a level 20 now. So
holy crap.
That tells you how much I enjoyed that game. And I'm not the biggest Gears online fan. And also knowing that they're going to have that escape mode, which I loved that mode when I played it out there.
Dude, you can make your own escape maps as well.
That to me, yeah. That escape mode is going to be fire.
What?
Plus the fact they're going to have horde mode as well, and then just the regular multiplayer for everybody. They tackled every position that they could for every individual gamer out there. So for Knox and for the more diehard, they're going to be more into those matches with the diehard using the Nasher, getting busy using the traditional way. Me myself, I'll jump in there and dab my toe in it. Once I get my ass kicked a couple of times, I'm jumping back on the arcade and being there where I feel like a king, you know what I'm saying, and got that old Call of Duty Battlefield feel, because once you feel like you get rewarded when you get on a kill streak, and then you can get saw blades, get whatever enhancements that you got for each individual character. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool, a new, different experience for it. Also, graphically, it's insane. Like, this is why I bought the QLED. This is what it was all about. And the definition that's in the details, like of just when you watch it, look at the fingers of the characters, look at the skin. Like when you look at the locust,
texture of the clothing underneath the armor is
stupid. And then like the scales of the character, you know what I'm saying? Like
the swarm.
The swarm, it looks insane. So like I'm not understanding why so many people are trying to downplay the game. I mean, this should be something that should be praised for the fact that they say that there's no AAA high-end graphic games available for Xbox, when this is clearly
but it's Gears.
Just
it's one of the holy trinity you can't talk about.
This is the reason why people buy Gears. This is the reason why people play Gears. There's a reason why it's $1 billion franchise. That's why it keeps coming, because people keep buying it. So the fact of it is that this game is beautiful. It definitely has it all comes down to the story. I understand that. So we don't know where the story is going to actually go. But if this story is good on top of everything else that this game has got to offer, this has no choice but to be a nomination for Game of the Year.
You got to do yourself a favor, Mega. If it's been a while since you played like Gears 4 campaign, go back in and start playing it again and focus on Kate. I guarantee you she has probably the most personality besides like Marcus, who's established. But when you see them going through each chapter of the story,
I think the uncle has got more personality.
I am intrigued by Kate being kind of like the main protagonist, because I feel like she has a lot to offer to this universe, especially being who she is. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And like kind of like her bloodline, her family, and stuff like that. I feel like they are about ready to knock it out the park with this Gears, man.
One thing
Yeah,
I
and
caught on
I'm
to
excited about
when I was playing, like the I guess the intro, whatever you're doing, like the humor in the game, like how he was
Boot
talking
camp.
about Marcus and his fucking tomatoes and shit like that. Like they're cracking little one-liner jokes in there that like a lot of people probably didn't catch on, but I thought it was really cute. Like they did that, like because like typically, you think of the game like Gears, it's supposed to be like hardcore, bloody, and
Mm.
they're still cracking jokes throughout the game.
Yeah,
So,
but that's Baird, brother. That's Baird right
was that
there.
Bear you were playing on?
Yeah.
That's my favorite character. Yeah, that's Baird that runs the boot camp. He's the one that he does
Mhm.
the whole DD bots and all that. That's why the DBs Damon
It's
Baird
like go ahead,
bots. So
go ahead and recycle that bot. Yeah, he's gonna go to the garbage anyway.
listen,
So
bro.
yeah.
If I haven't noticed anything of this Twitter stuff with dudes trying to like shit on the visuals. You cannot
I have.
you can't. That's nuts. Then they didn't see the game.
Yeah,
If,
No,
if,
yeah,
if
a
you
screenshot.
can't listen, you cannot deny that game is a beautiful
Brother,
game.
you know what I
The
took
way
from
the
the
movement, everything
yeah,
is
it's very smooth. Like
yeah.
that's the one thing that I like about it. And what I haven't liked about Gears is the fact that it's always felt really clunky, and it doesn't feel clunky like it
it
like
feels
I'm used
weighty,
to
but
playing it.
it's the movement
Right.
is like quicker though. Like I can
It's,
definitely see
it's
where you're coming
smooth.
from with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
it's really
smooth.
smooth. Like that. That's why I like it. That's to me, and to achieve those visuals on top of it being 60 frames per second is insane. Now, the one question I do have, because I don't no longer have an S anymore, I just I got the fat and I got um, um, the X.
Oh,
So I would like to see if they even get close to having those same type of visuals at all, because I just I hope it comes close to it. I doubt it, but I
that
don't know.
could
I need
they could have
somebody to
taken
get
a
that.
screenshot of like an Xbox One S
Maybe,
as
maybe,
well.
maybe, or a fat maybe. I don't know. But the thing of it to me is like with off the X, there's no question. I mean that's one of the best looking games that you can talk about. Like to me, looking at the multiplayer and the multiplayer maps for Gears have never been like overwhelmingly stunning,
Mhm.
but this got me overly hyped for what.
That plaza that they
Yes,
made, man,
for
that
what
with the little
for
diner and stuff like
yeah,
that was sick,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, for what the story is going to look like, because then you'll get to actually really see different environments, all different types of colors and everything being popped out at you using off that HDR. That gets me way more excited for the
Yeah.
story because of that reason.
Yeah,
But
because and Gears multiplayer maps are always like little cutaways and
right,
rearrangements of what's actually in the
Mm-hmm.
campaign. So if you've seen it on a multiplayer, it's gonna be in the campaign, only at a grander scale. So
exactly.
I definitely this is what I've been wanting. This is what I bought an X for right now. I mean, like finally I get to see like all right, yes, bro, make my X show me the
Make
impressiveness
it
that this
hum, baby.
console is fucking capable of. Absolutely. And I
Dude,
think
Make me actually hear my ex.
Gears is
it may,
gonna.
dude, it is too quiet sometimes. Like you forget it's
He
on.
said, "Make me hear my ex."
Yo, but one thing I will say about the graphics, one thing I thought of, of course now I am Xbot for 4K, as somebody was
Oh,
nice enough to send me over a 4K television. Gobi.
I love you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, dude. On that note, before I get in there, guys, just want to let everybody know, if you didn't know, out there in Twitter and stuff like that, Yobi's birthday was yesterday. So huge shout out to Yobi. Happy birthday, brother. What do you say? 25 years old? 24?
31, 31.
31.
Left.
He's not even gonna lie about it yet.
I thought it was
Happy
11.
birthday,
Dude.
bro.
Thank you, brother.
I thought he was a foul mouthed kid. Now I know. Okay, all
Oh,
right.
if you watch his mixer stream, sometimes you could think at least the foul mouth part. Yeah, I'm just
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I cuss like a damn sailor. I'm sorry.
I said, who this kid over here with the dreads over here cussing like that?
yeah.
This mother better go get his ass. Where he at? What are you doing?
But
Now, okay, you 31. I got you now, bro. It's all good. Happy birthday, bro.
I will say
Thank you, brother.
when it comes to the graphics, like it's a huge step up in terms of the 4K and HDR. It seems like when they came out with Gears 4, kind of like the beginning of a console generation. Like the graphics look good, but there's something there. Like then when you look like a couple years down the line, the graphics for that generation console just got that much better. I see that evolution between Gears 4 to Gears 5, and I so far I think they've done a great job. Another thing that I feel like they did good was the ability to shut off crossplay in Gears 5 when dealing with ranked games. Ranked games, guys, and I did ask the question in the DM, is this enough? Because I know there are console gamers out there who don't necessarily want to play against mouse and keyboard. I am going to go to Knox real quick, and then I'm going to hit Anchorman afterwards. So, Knox, what do you think the news that if you're playing ranked, you'll be able to shut off crossplay, so you won't have to deal with mouse and keyboard. It will be on as a default, but you can go into the options and shut it off. Is that enough for you?
Now, when you say shut off crossplay and there not be mouse and keyboard, but even people playing on an X can plug in a mouse and keyboard on their Xbox and also use it. So stopping crossplay doesn't necessarily stop. Now, granted, I'm going to assume that most people on a console.
I didn't even think about this, man. Damn.
I'm gonna assume people that play on a console more than likely going to use a controller. But there are dudes that are very comfortable
I just got punched
doing
by
both.
snaps.
So that's one thing, and absolutely, it needs to be able to be shut off for those who want to shut it off on all variants of multiplayer. That includes arcade. That includes ranked. You need to have the option on everything to be able to shut it off if you don't like that, or at least queue yourself in a lobby where it isn't allowed. If you're gonna have a lobby that's crossplay but only with controllers, I'm with it. You bring the pools, but they can only be in there with controllers. If you can't do that, which I doubt they'd be able to do that because Cronus Max, you got to shut it off. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to stop it. I don't know how they're going to stop
Knox, I think you bring up a good point because, I mean, that's something that us in the Sea of Thieves community have been having a major problem with. I think that's a great way to solve that problem because, okay, so in Sea of Thieves, if you're aware, if you have mouse and keyboard, you have a huge advantage over anybody on a controller because it just the reaction time, everything, and just it's insane. It really is ridiculous, but that's a major point. I think they should. That's a way to solve the crossplay problem. Because I don't think people have a problem playing with people on PC, like if they're using a controller. There's no issue whatsoever. It's the issue is that it's the mouse and keyboard for a first-person game in particular that it's hard. But yeah, sometimes it happens, and with Gears and other games, but it just really depends. I think there should be an option where you could sort of like, I don't want to play with people using this controller output. I think that should be okay.
Yeah,
that'd be a better metric.
Yeah, I absolutely. Because my son already told me, I've been destroying these dudes with the sniper, with this mouse and keyboard, man. You don't feel no recoil. You feel nothing. He said, I'm unstoppable. I'm unbeatable.
No.
He was already like, and he's nice in Gears. He's nice in Gears with a controller. He's just nice. He's been playing that game since he was a kid, bro. So he's good, but he said, I tried just to try it with the mouse and keyboard. He said he was just wrecking dudes, man. It's not even fair. He said it's just not fair.
Wow. Before we move on, huge shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up the super chat one more time. Thank you, brother. He said, K-Mega got skills in Gears, man. I suck, though, but I had fun. Yo, brother, trust me. You can beat Mega, all right? It's really not that hard. Trust, man. You got to give yourself more credit than that.
You want to play some Mortal Kombat tonight?
Dude, I already whooped your tail one time, man. You want
to see 1 and 2 tonight?
You want some more? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I want some more, bro. I want some more.
Mister, I have two mains, and I'm not going to tell you who they are.
Yeah, but I'll introduce them to you tonight if you want to see.
Shoot! Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to move.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I want to move this conversation to Predator because he said that I believe he tried this out on computer as well. He said that he was getting that the mouse and keyboard crew were going in hard on him. So, Pred, what do you think about this rank? Now, I think Knox brought up a great point, right? And you had Anchorman back that up, saying it was a great point. Do you agree with Knox that it has to be more about the controller output as opposed to either PC or console? What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think that's a good stance to take. I mean, because like I could easily, pop in my keyboard. I'm sorry, pop in my controller when the game starts and pop it out and put in my mouse and keyboard. It should automatically boot me out if that happens. But I don't know if that's wired into the gameplay or have they do it that way at all. Like I don't know how that works. But I will say I did get my ass kicked trying to play against PC guys. So using the controller, it's such a big advantage for those guys over there. Like they need to have the option to turn that off, not just on rank, but on arcade and any other mode that's in there too. It's just not really fair to the console players at all, to play a multiplayer game like that and just get murdered. You know. Um,
Lambs to the slaughter, brother.
Other question, like I don't know the answer to this, so maybe somebody can answer me. Is it crossplay with just Windows 10, or is it crossplay with Steam?
It's
Crossplay
Windows
with
10 right
PC.
now, I believe.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it was
don't.
going
I
to be
don't
everything.
foresee a lot of people picking this up. The PC guys, I don't see a lot of PC guys picking this up on Windows 10. Like they're gonna get it on Steam, just because how those fickle motherfuckers are. So they hate the Windows 10 store, so they're gonna go there. Now, some of us that have multiple systems, will dabble. Like, see, I'll play multiplayer on my Xbox, but I'll play the story on my PC. Most likely, but just because
Fraud.
I don't want to get booted out of multiplayer matches with my friends. So I much rather play with my PC for the story. So I don't really foresee it being that big of an issue unless you're getting teamed up with a bunch of motherfuckers from Steam. Like the I guess the ratio of Steam players versus Windows 10 players is going to be like lopsided in my opinion. So
Hmm.
I just don't. All the PC guys I know they won't fuck with Windows 10. They'll just
No, yeah, they're not. But Microsoft will make it crossplay with Steam. If they're gonna make it crossplay with PC,
Yeah.
it's got to be Steam, because I mean, then it will be non-existent if it's the Windows
Dude, the
store.
way that they put it about the crossplay on Twitter. Now, well, first off, huge shout out to Sir X Man putting in that super chat one more time. And guys, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Battletoads. That's right, brother. I cannot wait for that game to come out. But the way that they put it out on Twitter, and I can't quote word for word right now. I don't have it right in front of me, but they're like, for the people who feel that negatively about it, we have it where you can switch it off. Like they're like, we're trying to be all inclusive here, but if you feel that negatively about, I felt some type of way when they said it like that. Like, damn, how dare you wanna only play with console? Like, we're trying to be
Well,
inclusive
you
here.
gotta remember this is Microsoft's plan going forward, bro. They want everything
But those
together.
are developers, and they're feeling the same way though. Like, all right,
They,
well, if you
yeah,
want to,
they want it, but the fans have spoken, man. Give us the option. The option is great. Even the pools, even the mixing of the pools is great. I don't mind playing with other PC controller players as long as they don't mod the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you said. I gotta say, I'm with Anchorman. I'm with Predator. When you said it's about the controller output, whether or not you're using it doesn't matter if you're on PC or
Right.
console. It's about what you're using.
Yes.
That's what I agree with. So I feel like this is only a half step that they need to actually listen to Knoxximus over here and do the right thing and make it in terms of looking at the controller output, whether it is controller or mouse and keyboard, and then group people up accordingly that way. I feel like
Yeah. I mean,
that would be a
I
huge
know.
win.
I know they can do it. I know they definitely
Oh yeah.
they can do it, but they do have devices to circumvent those.
Yeah, but those devices give a latency.
No.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They give a
Yeah,
latency like a controller anyway. So it's not the same thing. It's not the
yeah,
same thing as native support. Yeah.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But now, but native, they should be able to detect all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Hey
We had,
guys, I'll give you 1 second. I'll be right back.
all right, brother. Yo, we haven't heard from this man. He's probably out saving the world right now. Either that or working hard to get Xbox a raise. Yeah, Dark. What do you think about this? You'll be able to shut off crossplay with PC for ranked though. They're not saying anything for like your more social type multiplayer kind of like options, but for ranked shut that off. You'll be able to play people with console. Is that enough for you? Did you even have a problem to begin with that? Like the mouse and keyboard situation?
Well, that's the thing with ranked. It's more competitive.
Mhm.
So it kind of sounds like what they're doing is they're shutting it off for the more competitive mode than
Oh, you got
the
to
more
shut it off.
casual. Right, you got to shut it off. So I mean, you got to shut it off for the more competitive mode, but they should have the option of you not wanting to play with people on PC because I mean, or they should like like how Knox was saying that you'll be some people will be probably playing with their keyboard and mouse on a console. I don't honestly see anybody doing that, but if there is that option, there should be an icon stating or really showing us that they're playing on a keyboard and mouse and not on a controller. um, I don't know if that'll be day one or not. I'm not sure. I don't. It probably won't because I mean it took them forever to freaking figure out figure that shit out for Gears 4. So
Mm.
um, it never really bothers me the whole keyboard and mouse thing because I don't get competitive with those kind of games. I usually play like the single player, and then rarely do I play the multiplayer. I think the most I played Gears multiplayer was Gears 4, and that was because I was playing with all you
The
guys
community was
and
going ham
Mooch.
on Gears
Yeah,
4, man.
everybody was playing Gears at that point. So it was just kind of like one of those things to do, on the weekends is just play Gears.
Mm.
Hey, let's get in a Gears match and play. And most of the time we were all playing on console anyway, so everybody had an advantage. If you were really good, then you're golden. You're not gonna
Mm.
have to worry about somebody playing on keyboard and mouse and stuff like that. I think one time we had it where I hate to call him out because I know he he doesn't like to be
Do
called out,
it!
but Delirium Blades was playing on PC
Oh, damn it,
and
Blades!
and somebody told him, I think it was Crap, that said, "Fucking get off fucking PC, dude, and go on to your console and and we'll wait
That's
until you get on
hilarious.
your console because we weren't gonna start it until he was on his console, and then he decided, okay, I'll just go and play on console."
Dude, they made a joke of
Um,
that for Mooch and Crap made a joke of that for like 3 weeks at least, man.
yeah, they did. Yeah, they ran that into the ground for a while there. Yeah, it was just I don't see the issue with it. Um, but that's because I don't play against PC people. I mean, I'm sure Pred knows, and anybody who plays on PC knows that like Pred, especially um, PC players, they're super good with a keyboard and mouse. So I mean, I've seen videos of people, but I've never been in like matches where I've played with PC people.
All right. I mean, at the end of the day, again, I don't think anybody is gonna squash what Knox. I think Knox kind of gave the perfect answer to this.
He did, yeah.
Yobi, what do you think, brother? Like, is this good enough? Or do you care, Yobi, about playing against PC guys? Are you just gonna mess them up anyway? Like, what's the deal? Does this mean something to you, man?
Nope, 100% not. If I play against a PC guy, they're getting fucked up, and that's it.
Oh, look at that! All you PC guys out there, did you hear that? Look for Yobi on Xbox Live. Yeah, dude.
Facts.
Yo, man, you sure you know what you're asking for right there? Do you?
Oh, I know what I'm asking for. They can bring it. I don't care.
Oh, damn. Well, guys, on that note, I think it is about time to move on to the next subject. It is something that, before Gears 5 went live, a lot of people out there in social media were talking about superhero games. You guys
Hell
like
yeah.
you guys like superhero games?
Nope.
No? Well, check this out.
I love them.
It seems
Tweak,
that
tweak,
the
tweak,
PS4
tweak.
the PS4 exclusive Spiderman has taken over as the number one selling superhero game of all time, and it placed above the Batman Arkham series. Before that, that's when see, I can see Batman Arkham, but then below that was like Lego Batman, Lego like Marvel superhero stuff like that. You guys already know how I feel about Lego. I am sick and tired of Lego games, man. I swear they make a Lego game for anything. They're gonna have
They do, but you gotta understand those Lego games cater to the
they're,
kids, man.
brother. They're gonna have Lego Janitor Simulator at some point in time, man. Like,
You're gonna play it.
no, I'm not gonna play it, dude. I have not played it
Use
since
fucking
Lego
gameplay.
Indiana Jones, brother.
like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the only Lego games I like is the Harry Potter one because I love the books, and the Star Wars one because I love Star Wars.
Yo, I gotta say, huge shout out to Christopher Hart in the chat, who all of a sudden you saw he just got a bunch of energy right now.
Oh yeah,
Like
he knows.
he
He
started
knows.
typing in all capitals, going crazy. He must be a Spider-Man fan, like just complete Spider-Man fan.
Mhm.
I don't know, but like I said, took over number one, which beat out in terms of highest selling, beat out multi-platform games. So games that came out on Xbox, on PlayStation, on I think PC as well. I'm not sure if we have an Arkham on the Switch yet. If anybody knows, please let me know.
I want to
I'm
say
not
we
sure.
do.
You think?
Do we?
Do we?
I feel like they mentioned it.
Either it
Let me
is
check.
or it might be. Like, I don't know, man.
I
Let me
don't.
check real quick.
All right,
I
cool.
don't think so. But
I remember hearing about it like last year, but
All right, so with that sense, in terms of being selling so much as a an exclusive to one platform, you guys like I gotta show respect to the development team there, and to the consumers out there for scooping it up as much as they did. I mean, to me that's a huge feat when you can overtake in terms of selling and the business model of things when you can outsell multi-platform franchises. I mean that definitely says something, at least to me. But K Mega, what do you think? What does this mean to you, man? Is this an accomplishment that Insomniac should be proud of? What do you think, man?
Hell no, I'm playing. I'm just
Oh
no.
no!
No, I congratulated Sony and Insomniac for a great accomplishment what they did with Spider-Man. I
How
mean, if
dare
you
you
remember, we
congratulate
said
him,
this.
man? Like no.
I know. I had a couple of people like, "Oh, man, look, man, it's great for gaming. It's great for the studio. It also could mean because they got a budget like that could mean that because Microsoft said themselves that Sunset Overdrive is still theirs, that they might want to help out and bring that game to us. So
He
let's
said, "Don't do it."
see. Yeah. But anyway, regardless of that, though, topic at hand, no, it's great for PlayStation fans and for gamers all alike, and that also definitely confirms that there will be another Spider-Man. I mean, a lot of people love it, and look, that's what it's all about.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't
Holy
jump as far to
shit.
say that.
Say what? Did
Uh,
everybody love it?
well, no, that there's gonna be another one. Namely because it's not up to them.
Right,
It's up
it's
to
up to
Disney.
Yeah, because Disney, the whole
And
misconception.
Disney's weird when it comes to
Yeah,
video games. Like they
made a lot of money off of it,
It's not
though.
based
Yeah,
on
but
metric or anything.
yeah,
It's so weird.
yeah, but then
Now,
they're
that
not.
part is
Yeah,
true.
but the success is too much, bro. They're gonna do it.
Well, that part is true. Like that's the thing of it's like it was so successful, and it opened the eyes I think to a whole bunch of other studios and for people that own these Marvel and DC properties to make these games more legit. There's been tons of other Spider-Mans, and it hasn't done anything because it didn't have the right developer behind it. Now we're what I'm saying, what WB has done with Arkham Knight kind of set the tone for everything.
Yep.
And then so Spider-Man comes, Insomniac knows what they have to do to live up to the hype because behind Batman, and then to overtake Batman, that's a great accomplishment.
Dude,
That's a great
before Arkham, good superhero games were very few and far between.
and yeah, those few were those couple of Spider-Mans that came out. So it's
when
all about
Activision was quality.
yeah, true. And so then also you look at it from what we're going to see with Square Enix and what they're going to do with the Avengers. So, and then also when you look at another really good game, the game that's actually going to make me get a Switch really soon is the Marvel Alliance 3. So it's a great time for
Oh, you
superhero
like
games,
cell shading? Good job, brother.
bro. You know me, Sea of Thieves for life. So the thing is, I'm just happy for everybody that's involved that really loves the game. For you and me, we played it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but
Dude, to
I
me
haven't
as a
played
Spider-Man
enough of
fan,
it
it was
to.
boring. It was
Yeah,
there was a few highlights in there.
I played about 3-4 hours into it, and for a game that's I'm thinking maybe it's going to be about 70, 80 hours long, and that's not enough to really give a good grasp of saying if the game is good or bad. It's just saying that I just wasn't. And after the Kingpin stuff, which was really dope from the get, like whoa, like okay, and then it just kind of dies down after that.
It's like, where's my backpack? Oh, let me catch this pigeon. Let me fly
But you know
through
what?
evolution.
Yeah,
But
the thing about the Spider-Man game, and I don't mean to cut you off, it's as a person who's played every Spider-Man game that's been released, I I didn't think that they were reinventing. Well, I didn't think they were bringing anything new to the table per se. I mean, I guess you could say the gadgets were new, but I didn't feel like they added too much to the
And they
gameplay
were loose,
itself.
and
But
they you can mix them onto different costumes. Like
like
it wasn't.
it was cool, but it was like it didn't like redefine anything. I think what they did was they basically took the elements of games that worked in the past and made a product of the best of all of those things.
Okay.
right,
No,
I think that's the best way to think of it.
they literally made the best version of Spider-Man ever made. It
and
is
then
That
that, and that,
that
and
I
that,
think
and that,
that is the best way to think of it. Yes,
and I can
but
agree with
they weren't reinventing Spider-Man. They were
no,
saying,
they got
okay,
it right.
here's the parts of Spider-Man games that worked, and we're
No,
gonna do that.
no, but not only that though, because you making it a little too like. Listen, that fighting system is it's very deep. It's very satisfying getting the combos and the way you implement them, the different suits that give you the different abilities to mix and match in there.
But
The
then you
way
can
that
take
you
those abilities and put them on different suits anyway,
yeah,
so it doesn't
yes,
really.
and that's dope too though. That's dope too.
Well,
That you
but
could do
the
that.
thing that I was going to say is basically that was before I was just trying to close it out. It was saying, look,
Oh, you were talking, Mega? You were
I
talking?
know. I was like, I had to grab it in before everybody else was
Yeah.
in. So I'm just like, that was the thing that I was going to bring up is that the combat system looks really, really great. Yeah, and because I've gotten so far, I haven't gotten deep enough. That's why I won't say that the game is bad, but I won't say that about any game. But remember on this show, I said this a couple of months back, is that Spider-Man was going to outsell God of War hands down. And
I
That
remember
should
you
have been
saying
obvious
that.
to anybody. That should have been obvious to anybody.
right, but
The Spider-Man franchise versus God of War.
yeah, I know,
Nah.
but there was even talk because God of War came out and just blew the doors off for everybody that there was questioning that, and I'm like, there's no way. Like this is a franchise that got movies and things like that, and if this game is halfway good, it's going to destroy God of War in sales if you into that type of shit. But regardless, kudos. I'm happy for all the PlayStation fans and for just all for the gamers that has both consoles that have the opportunity to play the game. It's great. It has the opportunity to have a sequel. Don't know if Disney's going to let that happen or not, but if they do, it would be smart. That game is still going to make just as much money, and so it's just great for all gaming, man.
Nice.
So kudos, man.
And
Good
and
job.
I want to say, man, one of the things when I knew Anchorman was going to be our special guest, like me and Anchorman, we go way back, and we used to talk comic books a lot. It's funny how another fellow kind of like comic book guy is basically saying the same things that I'm saying. They didn't reinvent Spider-Man, which I was hoping that they would do. They played it safe when it came to the villains and stuff like that. I've seen Sinister Six, and I know they put a little twist on it, guys. I already know, trust me. But it, like, I wanted them to kind of dive deeper into it. Like when it came to the open world aspect, yeah, you can stop, these petty crimes here and there. But I was hoping that like one of the crimes would kind of eventually lead up to another villain over on the side here, like a Mysterio or something like that. That's
Yeah.
what that's what I was hoping to see from a living Spider-Man world. That's what disappointed me with this Spider-Man game. And I think other people out there, you can say that I'm hating on the game. It's not that I hate on the game. It's that I love the comic book so much
Mm-hmm.
that I was expecting more from such a quality team like Insomniac.
They gave you the best rendition of Spider-Man that has ever been created. If
But they
as a
still
Spider-Man
played
fan,
it
as a comic
safe.
book fan, you couldn't. What you mean played it safe? They got it right, dude.
They played
They
it
got it.
safe, man.
They,
How
No, no,
many?
no. Let me rephrase.
did you finish the game, Bot? Did you like actually beat the whole thing? You
I
finished it or
couldn't.
no?
I couldn't, man.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
even
nah,
so you didn't even
I
get to
couldn't.
you didn't even get to
could-
experience it,
I
bro.
could.
You didn't
Well,
even.
dude, guess what? If a game turns me off so much that by playing after hours and hours of playing, I'm like, yeah, I can't play this game anymore,
You
man.
know what makes this difficult for me is that I can't imagine Spider-Man fans not liking this game. Like you know, the casuals here and there and young people, whatever. Yeah, but as a comic book fan and as a Spider-Man fan, that's like not liking Arkham. Like, how could you not like the Arkham series for what it has done for Batman? You know what I'm saying? With all the terrible games that came before it. This Spider-Man does the same exact thing. It is just it's a great game.
Brother,
It has everything good.
I think I like Shattered Dimensions more than I like PS4 Spider-Man. All
All
right.
right, well, I mean, you do like Crackdown, so I can't argue with
Yeah.
you.
See, I will rephrase something. I'm talking when I was talking about the best rendition. I'm talking straight mechanics, like the mechanics of it. They said, okay, let me pick and choose little things like there. It's definitely the best rendition. I would even say over the comics of Mr. Negative. I mean, because
Okay.
it did a really good job of Mr. Negative. But at the same time, I think they were going for more of the sciencey, gadgety Peter Parker in terms of their mentality, which is fine. We don't get a ton of that, but it's an interesting thing. But I do agree it is a missed opportunity where all the supervillains that were available were all on the raft and they show up in the second act. It's like, oh, okay, that's that. I wish there were a few floating around more.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like if they, I will say that's fine. Like Arkham City did.
If they do it with a sequel,
but
you never know. I might have to. I am a huge Spider-Man fan. I grew up from the time I was 4 years old. All right, my dad collected comic books that he gave over to me. So I grew up reading like the first appearance of the Punisher, first appearance of Wolverine. At the end of the day, my absolute favorite was Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Like I could go on and on with all like kind of like the sub comic book routes. I reread the first appearance of the Black Costume like 20 times at least. Like I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I don't think a lot of people are out there having fun with the game. That's great, but when I share my opinion on it, coming from that type of background, I don't think a lot of people out there can understand where I'm coming from because I don't think a lot of people they're like at least within the small community we're a part of. I don't see a lot of people who came from that background to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that comes from. It's not me trying to hate on a game. I'm the one who was actually hyping up that game on multiple podcasts before it came out. So for me to come back and say it disappointed me, it was hard to say. That was hard to say. I was looking forward to that game as the reason to have my PS4. Like I was that disappointed. But moving on, it is the number one selling superhero game out there. Huge props. Dark, what do you think about that, brother?
I think it's fantastic. I love the game. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I'm like you, Bot, but I do not get why you don't like that game. I mean, as a Spider-Man fan, dude, I honestly do not understand why you don't like that game, dude. I'm just like sitting here every time you say you don't like that fucking
you're
game,
a fraud.
dude.
You're a
I
fraud.
sit there. I don't know how I'm a
Thank you,
fraud
Dark.
because I've read so many comics in the Spider-Man universe that it's just like yeah, they took a different approach with it, but it's definitely it's Spider-Man, dude. Like and yeah, there are some quirks to it, like having to do certain things in order to get certain trophies or whatever. I mean, of course, you don't have to do those things to finish the game at all. Like there's no reason for you to actually have to do a lot of that stuff. but I understand like kind of where you're coming from with the whole like having to swing through the city to find fucking birds and shit stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of like okay, yeah, that's Spider-Man in reality would probably never do that. Especially in the comics, it's always like action, love this shit and all that crap. So, the game is doing well. It's good to see that it's doing well. It makes me think to myself, hopefully this is the beginning of a trend of more superhero type of games coming to console. Um, I recently picked up Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I haven't played it yet, but I mean, just seeing that they're making more of these games, it's kind of like
Oh, and
it's like
you saw the leaked
finally.
gameplay from the Avengers, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
That
It
shit
Oh,
didn't
look
look
trash.
it didn't look as
what?
good. Like
That
What?
it
shit
didn't
look
look
trash.
it didn't look as good as
Guys,
I
I am
thought it was
taking
gonna be.
applications for new panel members as we speak. All right.
I didn't feel like it was kind of speaking to me like how the movies do. And I think it's just because the movies are so good that it's going to be hard for the Avengers to live up to anything else except for the movies, especially after what happened with the events of
Yeah, timing
Endgame.
is not good.
Yeah, with the events of
You got
Endgame, and then
millennial Tony
you know
Stark over there, man.
things things like that really, it just kind of it's going to be really hard to see where they take the next phase of Marvel, but then also the next phase of their gaming stuff and their gaming division. They're really going to have to kind of break the mold of what they've done with the movies and really give us something that we're excited about. Um, the Batman games, to say the least, are fantastic. They really are. Story wise, I think Spider-Man has a better storyline in terms of just you know of what I like when I play a game, or when I watch a movie or whatever, like that kind of story I like. Um, the Arkham games, don't get me wrong, they're not bad stories. They by any means they're great stories. They're not at that level of like where I prefer my stories at. So
The fighting in Arkham is a lot looser than
the
Spider
the
Man.
fighting the fighting is a little bit looser.
A
I think
lot,
I
no,
think
a lot looser, brother.
I wouldn't
You're
I wouldn't
flying
say I
across the
wouldn't say
street
complete.
like,
I
oh
wouldn't
my
say, I wouldn't
goodness.
say like it's completely you know you're making it sound like Spider-Man is completely stiff. He's not. Like he
No,
he
no,
he does
I
have
meant
some
that in a
moves.
bad way towards Arkham. I feel like the fighting is a lot more detailed in Spider-Man than in the Arkham
Right.
series. All right,
Yeah,
where in
I'll agree with
Arkham,
you
once
on
you
that.
lock
That
onto a guy,
yeah.
you will do like a spring with your hands and jump
Yeah.
like a street and a half across to drop kick
And that's
somebody.
what
Like,
Yeah,
that's why it's a little bit less fluid than Spider-Man, because of the fact that Batman, we got to realize like Batman is human but kind of superhuman at the same time, because he has so much money that he can kind of deflect a lot of things.
you're
um,
superhuman. What's your ability? I'm rich.
Right, yeah, I'm rich. Yeah, basically. Like I mean, I know that's a play on the Justice League movie, which was terrible. But
Oh no, I wasn't even bringing it there, man. That was I thought I created that right there. My bad, yo.
I think the Arkham fighting system is better than Spider-Man's. I think Spider-Man's is very
nah,
close. It's a better fighting system.
Is way more fluid
Well,
than
Spider-Man, because it's his
Batman.
movement. It's just the Spider-Man movement. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like you said, he can bounce off walls
yeah.
and cars, so that's dope.
you know,
Batman, those reversals, that fighting system is very deep, bro. Like
It
that's
is.
no joke.
you know what annoyed me about that though? Like, well, it's not so much the fight, the combat, as much as it was like those segments where you're going into the clan and you're gonna go fight the demons, and you could completely stealth the first round, but then after that they come in, you have to fight. I didn't like that. I felt like the gameplay in those segments was very rigid. It was like, no, you need to complete all the rounds. You have to fight all of them, even if you want to go the stealth route. It doesn't matter. That annoyed me.
So they narrowed it down there, and they just made you do it pretty much one way.
Yeah, if you do the first round and you stealth out everybody, and you don't get caught, it doesn't matter. When the next wave comes, they know you're there. They're gonna take you out.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed with that. But the only other thing beyond that annoyed me was playing as Miles and Mary Jane. I was like, I don't want to be a regular millennial dude.
That was annoying. That was annoying, but thankfully
like,
it was very sparingly, bro, that you had to deal with
it's
that.
like 3 or 4 times, I want to say, total.
I think there was 2 for each. It was 2 for
two,
each.
2 is Miles. Although I will say the last one with Rhino was Miles was okay. Like that was kind of tense. I was like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, well, Yobi, what do you think about this, brother? I know you said that there's no console war in your family. So what do you think about Spider-Man as the #1 selling superhero game, beating multi-plat games like the Batman Arkham series, but like then beyond that, it's Lego games. But what do you think, man?
I say congratulations to Sony. I think it's a very awesome feature. Next.
Next. Anybody else who didn't chime on this? Because if not, we are going to move on. There is
Yeah, we can move on.
all right. There is a real juicy
Arkham Knight was bad.
Oh,
watch your mouth. Arkham Knight was fucking amazing. You're crazy.
I agree.
No, Arkham City.
agree
Arkham
with
City
that.
was good. No,
Arkham City was fantastic.
Yeah.
do you guys not remember? They explicitly said, "Nah, Red Hood's not in this game.
Yeah,
Nah, Red Hood's
Yeah,
not
they
in this
did.
game."
Yeah.
Just
he
matter
was.
that
in
the
this
game is still amazing.
The Arkham Knight was terrible, dude.
They ran out of villains. Yeah, they pull out Professor Pig. How desperate are we?
Yeah.
Like
a degraded freaking character into into that game. Oh god.
Oh no.
That game,
that
game was dope, bro.
They ran out of stuff.
Facts.
I will say,
hot.
like, yes, on paper, I like the mechanics of it, but the problem was the story wasn't that good. I will say I like the mechanic of having the Hush thing finally come to a close. Having the Joker being a mental aspect was good, but everything else was just like the side missions. Like I can't remember anybody else.
I just don't
Beyond
like
anything but
Riddler's
side
annoying
missions.
ass. Riddler is annoying as fuck.
Nah, the Riddler trophies are just a way to pad out that game.
Yep.
Like they do that every single time, and
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that they lock what they consider like the true ending of the game behind those Riddler trophies.
Yeah, that shit is
that I
crazy.
don't like. I don't like that
That
they do
shit
that.
is
You shouldn't lock
crazy.
the ending out.
Yo, Mega,
But,
check this out, man. There's a super chat in there. Do you see it?
Can I read it?
All right, yeah, Yobi, you
Yeah, no, I
read
see
it because
it. I see
when
it.
it comes
I
from
see it.
Lucifer, I don't want to read it, man. I don't.
Oh,
huge shout out. Huge shout out for hitting up the super chat. Yobi
But
will read it for us.
Lucifer, thanks for hitting the super chat. He said K Mega has some great gameplay video last night. The man is on fire. He is the PS4 of gameplay videos.
Oh no, brother. Yo, Mega, what
He
did
didn't
you?
use any of it today.
How much money did you pay this guy? Like to say all these nice things about you, man. I don't understand it.
Hey man, that's my God. That's my I was gonna say my God of War, but that's my Halo dude right there,
That's
man.
my God of
You
War.
want to sit there and play some Halo, man? You got to have Lou on your team, man. You got to. That dude is a monster. Him and I forget the other guy's name. Those two, I would like to see them go against each other.
How
Actually,
come I have a feeling the other guy is the one who's actually holding down the team? Oh.
I don't know who that could be because there ain't nobody else on this panel.
Oh.
Anyway, so I appreciate it, Lou, man. I really appreciate it. And like again, another big shout out and thanks to Sir X-Man, man. That guys, man, you know what? I'm staying in my lane.
You sound
I
like
guess
you're
if I say
blushing right now, man. It's kind of weird.
Man, that's humbling, man.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. All right, Pred. Well, I am going to you first on this one, man. We're going to get a little bit serious here
man.
because we are going to talk about Shenmue 3. All right, and when it comes to Shenmue 3, we're going to talk about the Kickstarter and the basically the GoFunders, the people who put in the money to make sure this game actually came out. And what's going on here is I feel they are catching a major shaft right now. And I'm going to read from the article. All right. See, while Shenmue 3 has been receiving its fair share of criticism regarding the Epic Store, original Kickstarter backers of the game have now recently discovered another issue. They are not eligible. The people who kickstarted this game, who funded this game for it to come out, they will not be eligible for pre-order bonuses that are coming out with this game. So, in other words, the deluxe edition and the game that comes with the season pass. Yes, guys, the next Shenmue will have a season pass as well. But the people who put in their money to make sure this game comes out are not eligible for the deluxe editions of this game, the season pass. They will get their own kind of DLC, whether it's a jacket that says I am a funder or something like that. They'll get something like that. But they are not getting the premium content for a game that without them would not come out. Predator, what do you think about this, bro?
I don't really give a shit about Shenmue, so fuck them. No,
But-
I mean, like,
Oh,
Damn,
bad for
man.
those guys, though, man. Like when you go in for a Kickstarter, you try to help, get the game developed, and you should be at the top of the line of anything that
You
comes
should
out for
get
that
it
game.
all, brother.
You should get every
Facts.
fucking thing. Like, I mean, a jacket, a hat, a fucking, fucking something. Like, they got to do something for those guys. That'd be the right, PR
Quick
move. But I don't
Question:
know.
Are they? Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
this general question for that though. Are they saying that it's just anybody who, you put in $300 towards this game, you don't get it, you got to pay for it now? Or are they just talking about like general backers?
General backers, like anybody,
General
people,
backers.
the
They-
That's fucked
funders,
up.
the people
Yeah.
who ended up in like kind of like the lower tier, who gave money as well, like all of them, anybody who put money towards this game, all right, to get this game out. They said, "Oh, sorry guys, but this you're not entitled to this content, but it will be for sale if you want to pick it up." Come on, man, that's a slap in the face right there.
That's really fucked up on them to do that. So
Who's publishing this crap again?
Damn, I forgot, yo. Hold
well,
on.
it
Is
was
this
gonna be on
Activision?
Steam, wasn't it? And then they moved it over to
Yeah, but that's not who's publishing it.
No. I'm
Is this
not answering.
Activision?
No, I don't think it's Activision.
Hold on.
I'm trying
I'll
to
look it up
look.
for you.
Yeah. Anchorman knows the quick route to the publishers when it comes to games and stuff. He's been
Yeah,
doing.
they moved it over to Epic Store. That's what the whole issue is. I think that's where it kind of started from. So
Oh, Deep Silver.
Deep Silver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He said that makes sense, dude. It could make sense, but damn, man.
that's not really fair to the consumer. So
Oh, no,
and the
not
thing
at
is, they
all.
can't even back out of it at this point. I don't think they can't say give my money back.
They did say, I think Epic, when it came to the whole being on Steam and Epic Store, anybody who pre-ordered, they're giving the money back. But in terms of the GoFunders, I don't think there's anything like that. They said that they would somewhere down the line. Like, I think they're waiting to make profit before it's like, oh yeah, my bad. Here's your money back. But thank you, you got our game out, so that's great, dude. Come on, man. That's
why you don't. That's why you don't go around giving your money away to people. You don't do no damn GoFundMe. You want me to? I'll invest in your crap if I feel that it's worth it. I'll invest. I'm not giving you my money to do what you want with. Get the fuck out of here.
that's
This should further solidify to people like just don't do Kickstarters. Like I don't like there are some games that do deserve a Kickstarter, and unfortunately this is a Star Citizen situation where it's like, hey, people did good work, they put their money towards the game and they're getting screwed. And I can't. This is why I don't do Kickstarters at all, and let alone for a sequel. Like there's a reason nobody put money towards this game. Like that, don't just think Yu Suzuki was just walking around and say like, well, I need the fans to throw money at me.
Wants me to make this game.
It's I have a hard time believing he just is like, you know what, the fans better give me money if this game's going to exist. I have a hard time believing that.
So
like,
what do you think happened?
He's got to have shopped. He's had to have shopped it around to Sega and other people, and they were like, I don't want to do that. Screw that. No money in this.
Even with a season pass. Well, see, yeah, and that's the thing. Even when Shenmue 1 and 2 came out, I know there's a lot of people out there, guys, I know there's people out there that look back with those nostalgic eyes. It's like, oh, man, I remember Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. Guys, it is fresh in my mind, Shenmue 1. I didn't even purchase Shenmue 2 because Shenmue 1 became forklift, like, simulator to me. And I just could not. I could not deal with that.
Don't start that. Don't start that, Bud. Don't do that.
Yeah, I could not deal with it. I didn't. Man, I was working at a deli at the time, and it's bad enough I had to get up early and go to work and stuff like that. But then when I turned on my Dreamcast, I had to have my character get up early and go to work and everything like that the same way. Nah, man, nah. No. Sorry.
You want escapism?
Yeah. I want
to escape back to work.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
why I don't play Blood Truckers.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had mud truckers on this show in terms of gameplay in a while, and I gotta say, we breathe a sigh of relief for not seeing trucks stuck in the mud. Yeah. Yobi, what do you think about this, brother? I know you are, like I said, you're Mr. Positive, man. You try to bring like the positive kind of like gaming culture out there and stuff like that. When you hear about a company doing this to people who put in their hard-earned money to make sure this game comes out, and then as it's coming out, it's like, yeah, guys, you're really important to us. We're gonna give you some special content, definitely. Something that maybe a jacket or something like that. I'm not even sure what they're giving them in terms of that, but. You can't have the season pass, man. You're going to have to buy that. You're going to have to put in your money again if you want to keep playing the game. What do you think about companies doing that to people, man?
All right, before I start, I just want to say fuck EA.
Fuck EA.
Yeah. All right. So second, I think it's a huge slap in the face. It's like, dude, you have a shitload of backers who's backing this game, and now you're telling your backers, oh yeah, you guys are not going to get the season pass. I believe it was a big ass slap in the face. I feel like I feel like the first 100, 200 backers should get the free access to everything they got coming to the game, including the game itself.
Yeah, I got.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Point blank.
Well, I want to
from a business perspective, though, they had money to throw at nothing.
Exactly.
They got money to throw on a season pass.
Exactly.
Brother, it's not about the money that the consumer has. Like there's a certain amount of respect and dignity that should be out there in the fact that you laugh.
Respect and dignity.
Anchorman, you crazy, man. But no, seriously, without these people, this game would not be out there. Why the hell are they going to try to milk them again for like season pass and the deluxe edition? They should be getting the top of the line.
Everything. They should be getting everything.
Everything, man. Like I don't understand how. And huge shout out to dude. I might butcher your name, but Vahagen said that they're just happy that they're going to play the game. Dude, that's not the point, though. Show your appreciation. Show that, without them, it wouldn't be there. And give them absolutely everything that is coming out with that game. I don't know. K-Mega, what do you think, man? Am I talking common sense here? Or am I missing something? Or is this a bad deal for the GoFunders?
No, this is a horrible deal for the GoFunders. This is for the Kickstarters, I should say. This is why I would never participate in a Kickstarter on PC, even if I wanted to see a game come out. And it's even worse to think about having a Kickstarter on consoles. It's like it's almost insulting. So you want me to do a Kickstarter? We've had this discussion on GRG well over a year ago. when they first
Hold
brought
on,
up
was
the
it the
stuff
first
about
half of GRG or was it the second half?
Yeah, it was
After.
it was the first half. It was the
Oh, so
first half.
people weren't getting really saucy then, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had all day and Fonzarelli on the team, so Fonzarelli's always chill. All day was on his other little shit, but other than that, like, I mean, but it was one of those things where we talked about it. It's like, look, it's you it's insulting in a sense because you ask somebody to pay for something for a product that they love. Then on the flip side, you want them to pay that $60 for that game as well. And now we actually see, and this was just hypothetical because I was like, what about the DLC? Are they going to have to pay for DLC as well? What kind of kickbacks are they going to get for bringing this game out and asking the fans to support it? And now we see it, a couple of years later, and it's even worse. Like, these people got paid paid over $7 million to get this game even thought about and mentioned. I thought it was an insult for Sony to have that man to come out and e-beg like that on Sony stage. That shit to me was gross. Like, what are you doing? I mean, and let's put it on the flip side. What if Microsoft had that guy come up there and do a Kickstarter, and Microsoft is $1 trillion company? What kind of shit would that be?
There'd be pitchforks and torches right now.
Exactly. So, like, I mean, yeah, I get the fact that there's fans out there that wants the game. I'm excited for the game. I'm finna get it, but it's not. But the fact of it is that these companies make all these billions of dollars off of something. If you wanted it, then you should kick the money back. And then if you want to hit people up across the head with DLC and all that other stuff, there will be people that'll buy it, especially the diehards that want Shenmue. They'll support that game 100%. But to have that man and other people to come up and ask for a Kickstarter just to see what the temperature in the room, and then what the final product that we seen. Well, it's not the final product yet, but what we seen a couple of months ago, that got everybody like, whoa, this shit don't look dope. Them facial animations, they look horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? And then I guess now, because I haven't seen anything new of late, but I think that they added some more detail to the game.
I kind of like. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the facial animations when they first showed it off. I thought it was kind of like.
Don't do that.
I know, but I thought it was a throwback to the original, kind of like Shenmue 1 and 2.
Well, no, man. That's not what the gamers want. When they say that they want Shenmue to come back. Come on now. Come on, bro. No, what they want is Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's what they want. But it didn't get that budget like Final Fantasy did. But the fact of it that no other publisher really wanted to touch that like that says something about it, because it really didn't sell on the Dreamcast or the LG Xbox. But the fact of it that they're going to put it on a PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 4 is going to market the hell out of it, and they're going to get some kickbacks. They're going to get console sold for it, and then you're going to ask the gamers to come out and to say, oh, well, man, you got to get this DLC. Sorry, Kickstarter. That to me is trash. That to me is the bigger issue than anything. I'm glad that the game is coming, but that's just gross.
You talk
on all
about
levels.
Anti-consumer right there. Now I know nothing was guaranteed to them, but like a little respect. Is Anchorman gonna laugh again? A little respect goes a long way when it comes to stuff like this, man. And I feel like the people who gave in the money that got this game out, or got this game to be developed to where it's coming out, like, they are just getting the shitty end of the stick now.
Yeah.
And they're not there's no.
This should tell you something about it, though. Now, if this was a game that had never existed before, it was like a brand new project, something risky, like Elite Dangerous, where it was when that game was being put out on Kickstarter and that process like that kind of game, I understand that doesn't really appeal to the mass market, and I understand publishers not wanting to jump on board for that.
Mm-hmm.
And so pitching it to the community to do something new, to do something that's never been done before, to make a new franchise, or for example, like the Mighty Number 9 thing, or Bloodstained, or whatever
I bought
it is.
that game.
All right, where it's like, yeah, I got it for like $1, so it's kind of whatever. Um,
I got it when it
but
first
like
came out, man. What are you
games
talking?
like that, where it's like, okay, this is the original creator who still wants to make it, but there's a reason they're not being allowed to make it. Like if you want to throw money on that, that's fine. That's totally up to them. But the part that should tell you something is that this is a sequel to a well-known franchise,
Mm-hmm.
and no publisher wanted to jump on board for that.
That is a great
And
point too.
like it'd be different if it was a new franchise or something brand new that had never been done before. But this is a established franchise people knew about. People were
Right.
ready for it. And
Mm.
no publisher was willing to jump on board for that. That should tell you something. I would not be surprised if this game comes out and gets terrible scores.
I,
Critics
I,
hate
I,
it.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I find it, like I said, I'm going to get it just for the support value. But if anybody thinks this game is going to get high Metacritic scores or going to sell at an abundant rate, it's not, because it just never did in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say they never really sold well
No.
to begin with. They got a cult following. Like when they came out, it slowly kind of developed. And again, I think a lot of people, when it comes to Shenmue, it's that nostalgia type thing. But nostalgia has a funny way of clouding your memory, like with kind of like the times that you got angry or frustrated, and it clouds it to the more like when you did have a good time with the game, and that's kind of what your memory clings on to. I there's a lot of that game was completely monotonous, man.
I mean, I like that stuff. I mean, you know how I play games, so I mean, I was down with it. You know, I liked all that stuff
Dude, that's from
that you
being
had
in
to
the
do within
back of
the
that
game.
pickup, man. It's that heat stroke you're getting
Oh man, no,
over there.
I enjoyed the game for what it was, because it gave a different aspect that for an open world game, there
He
was no
said
open
heat
world
stroke.
game like that. There was no open world like that. A lot of people got to pay homage to Shenmue for their open world elements, because a lot of games to this day uses it. So that's why it was a
Yeah.
staple, because a lot of people that actually played it, they may not have beat one or two, but the actual thought of how that game was developed was genius, was revolutionary. So
Yeah.
that's why it's got that nostalgia set piece, but it just isn't going to be a game that's going to gravitate to a lot of gamers, especially now when open world. There's so many other open world games, and you got games that's going to probably actually be better than it, like the Yakuza series and things like that, where you can do
You
pretty
just
much those same type
you
of
just
things.
made you
So
just made
crazy.
Christopher Hart in the chat very happy when you said that, man. I can't wait until he hears that. Yo, huge shout out to Lucifer. I'll read this one, guys. I will take it. For hitting up that super chat one more time. Thank you for the support for the channel and the show, brother. He says, kickstart to help Xbot make great gameplay videos, brother. I won last week. What are you talking about, bro? I have great gameplay. It's not my fault you don't vote. You know what? I'm not even gonna argue with him. This is why I didn't want to say anything before. But yo, Dark, you've been kind of quiet on here. Like, and I know Dark in his prime, like with his cup of coffee and everything like that, wide awake, not trying to work on something while being on the show, would be all in on a topic like this, brother. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right,
I'm
dude.
here, dude. I've
What
been here.
Are you there?
You know,
are you
hey,
there?
don't be faulting me for trying to get some shit done. All right.
Hey, man. Yeah. But dude, what do you think
Oh
about this
man.
whole issue with
Are you
the
there?
Kickstarters? They're not getting like all the content for the game. They're gonna get the game, but
They should.
when it comes to
That's the problem.
DLC, they're not gonna get the season pass. They're not gonna get anything that would belong in the deluxe version of the game. Is that right to you?
That's the biggest red flag right there. Is that's the biggest thing that makes me think that this game is just gonna completely flop. Um, I mean, I always thought that the game was gonna flop anyways, especially when they said that it was gonna go to Kickstarter. I don't know who's having background problems right now, but you guys need to like calm it. um, but
Whoa,
I
listen
just
to this
thought to myself
professional
like,
here. He's like, guys,
I
quiet down. I'm talking. Yeah.
um, but I think to myself like, if they're gonna not give they're people that have backed this game, who are fans of this game. Because if anything, if you're not a fan and you donated to this Kickstarter, then you're an idiot.
Oh
To put it simple,
wow!
just because you're like, I'm just gonna give it away. I'm just gonna give my money away to anybody. I don't care. It's just like, you got to realize like these Kickstarters are really not for games like this, man. This game should have been like a published by, you know, developed by this big time studio, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we're gonna do Kickstarter, and then they had so many problems in the beginning with this game, and then people were just like, and then now with this shit, and then people not getting their refunds and stuff like that because they didn't get their Steam keys. This game is doomed right from the get-go. I think as soon as this game comes out, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Shenmue 3 came out."
Mushu the
Oh,
Shen.
dude, I've never played the games. I don't know. I've never. I
Dude, this
actually
game sounds
tried
like
to.
right
They
up
play
your
just like
alley.
Yakuza. I mean, they're older
That's-
games,
No,
but they
I
play like the
actually.
Yakuza series.
Yeah, but
to an
I
extent.
tried.
Yeah, I always
to
heard
play
that
'em.
Yakuza was like the spiritual successor to Shenmue.
I
Yeah,
tried.
that's
I tried to play them when they had the remaster or whatever for
mhm.
Xbox. I played that thing for maybe like an hour or two, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore. I couldn't play it. I couldn't
Well,
play it. I
it's
can't go back
dated.
to.
It's
Yeah, I
dated.
can't
Yeah.
go back to old games like that. It just it yeah, I just can't do it. So I've never played the games, but then when I saw the trailers for it, I was just like, this looks shitty. This looks terrible.
Oh
What did they
damn!
do? I don't understand. Like I get that like you're kind of going by how much the Kickstarters and people like that have given you, but at the same time, I'm like thinking to myself like they could have just made this game so much better, and I have a funny feeling it's gonna be exactly like how Shenmue has played in the past, and it's like that's fine and dandy, but if it's gonna be dated like those other ones, I honestly cannot see, except for diehard go-to fans playing this game. I cannot see it.
Well,
This
brother,
shit comes out in
as you're
November.
talking, I think you
Wow.
got your
That's what I'm saying.
Yakuza
That was going to be my
gameplay
next
playing
thing,
right
Fred.
now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that I was
That's coming
gonna.
out in November, right?
November
Yeah,
19th.
Yeah,
that was the
it's
thing.
gonna fail because guess
Right.
what comes around at that time? Death Stranding. That game's gonna be huge, I guarantee it. Even though we haven't seen much of that game, there are so many people who are intrigued on that game alone that they're not gonna. They're gonna. This is gonna be left in the dust. Shenmue 3 is gonna be left in the dust.
Yeah, no, there will be more. You got Death Stranding. You have the games that's coming out in October, and at the beginning, you got Star Wars that's going to
Yep.
be coming out in October.
Even
A-
no,
and-
actually, doesn't Star Wars come out in November?
Well, I was going to say end of October, early November. That's
Yeah.
usually, yeah. And then you got that new Call of Duty, which I'm really excited for.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So like
This game's
it
gonna
doesn't
get
have a
crushed.
chance. Yeah, it's going to get crushed. The one thing about it, that game right there. See, this is where the thing was. But this was when they first brought that game out and introduced it. That we didn't know anything about Game Pass. But if you think about now, if they came up and advertised that game and that game was going to be on Game Pass, that would be the perfect game for Game Pass, because it would get all types of the nostalgia, and it would get people that would be curious that want to play it just because, but don't want to pay that $60 right off the bat, and then you get to see what it is right then and there. But now, since it don't have a Game Pass or anything like that, yeah, it's going to be in a bad situation.
Let me give y'all some release dates around that time, right? So we
Okay.
got Death Stranding November 8th. Pokemon November
damn.
15th. Shenmue 3 the 19th. Google Stadia launch November 19th.
Oof.
Pokemon.
Doom Eternal November 22nd.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Ooh,
Doom will destroy.
Yeah.
Doom will destroy all, baby.
Oh, Doom is gonna destroy everything, dude.
Some
For me,
other
at least.
Jedi Star Wars or sorry, Fallen Orders on November 15th. I think I skipped that one.
Is it
So,
really?
like,
Wow.
Yeah. So like that thing's gonna get eaten up, man.
Shenmue's getting delayed, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably was delayed till first of next year.
No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
telling
yeah.
you, I'm gonna tell you right now, Shenmue's getting delayed to at least January.
You
That would be
guys,
the smart
guys heard it
decision.
here first on next podcast from Anchorman V2. Shenmue will be delayed until at least January.
They'll cite some technical reason. Oh, it's not ready. Hold on.
We're not getting
More
that
time
money
to fine
then.
tune it and polish it.
And that
Give me
tells you
give me
right
another
there.
When it
million.
does come out in January, it probably won't even be ready
Nah,
anyways.
they're just delaying it a little bit. Because honestly, like if even if you're a Sony stan, just think about that for a moment. Like Death Stranding or Shenmue 3. Which one are you gonna rep more?
Right.
Like,
Right.
only one of those games is getting attention that month. Which one?
Exactly.
Right. And that's the downer of it. And it also shows I don't know who placed it there. Obviously it had to be Deep Silver. And that right there just shows that they don't know what kind of property
They don't
they
know what they're
have,
doing,
especially
man.
knowing yeah, they don't know what they're doing, because you don't want a game that has not really broke out and sold like that to come up against behemoths like that. I mean, all you got to do is go back to look at Titanfall 2 and what happened with them. And that was a game that actually that did way better than any of the Shenmues combined. So for its previous the previous game. So that's the thing to me, is where it's there's a lot of things out there that just doesn't sound right, and it makes me nervous about how the game is going to overall be. Because there was somebody that posted in the chat, I don't know who it was, my bad, but they were like, this game should have came out during the Dreamcast OG Xbox era, and
Well, I mean, I
not
can tell
now.
you why. I can tell you why they're launching it in November.
Why?
It's not hard. Like, you think about the games they've released. What's Deep Silver got? They had
Oh,
Metro.
yeah, they got
Metro came out in February.
Yeah.
That's that. It's Metro. They're re-releasing Saints Row the Third on the Switch, and I think they've already done that actually.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing Bard's Tale Episode 4.
Yeah, they already released Saints Row. I have it.
Yeah, and they got Bard's Tale Episode 4, which is not going to get much money. And that's it. And then the last game that they got is Wasteland 3, which Microsoft just bought.
Yeah.
So they just bought the studio. So
Mm.
like that's a diminishing return. Like there's nothing else coming from that. Like Deep Silver doesn't have much going on anymore. And don't forget, they still got Dead Island 2.
Yeah, like
Which still
Oh,
hasn't
that's
come
right.
out.
yeah,
it
when's
still hasn't
that
come
coming out, man?
And it's still technically in development.
Yeah.
Never.
It's probably sucking up money.
Oh,
It's like
damn, that's so
Yeah,
bad.
that's
Like,
their biggest franchise.
Oh,
Yeah,
with Deep
so-
Silver, they got some stuff going on. I talked to the community manager behind Saints Row Angels Mayhem. They said they got some shit planned, but they said they'll keep me posted. So they got some shit. They got some stuff planned. They're just not going to talk about it right now.
it sounds like PR, dude. It sounds like PR right there. But
Well, I mean, they might have stuff planned. It's just, but why would you put Shenmue? Well, I mean, you just explained it, Anchorman. But I'm just saying, in the sense that you have to know that game is not going to do well. Now, maybe they didn't know the dates of when Death Stranding was coming out, but you did know that Doom Eternal was coming out around that time. You knew that Star Wars was coming out around that time, because EA always bring out their heavy hitter around that 1st of November. So that first part of November. So when is when is Shenmue coming
after
out?
I heard Doom, I didn't hear anything.
Think of it this way. I'm gonna tell you, here are the games they released last year.
Okay.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, Radiant Historia, Yakuza 6,
Okay.
Conan Exiles, Dead Island Survivors, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Shin Megami Tensei, Bard's Tale 4 Barrows Deep, Dakar 18, Pathfinder Kingmaker, This War of Mine Complete Edition. That's like 10 games.
Yeah, they were
in
busy,
1
man.
year.
They were busy.
Now this year, we got
They
1,
do
2,
Persona as
3,
well?
4, 5, 6. They got 6 games this year.
No, I thought that was Atlas that does Persona.
Just real
Nah,
quick, guys.
that's Atlas.
I want to shout out Sir X-Man one more time. Brother going crazy tonight. And, I love Sir X-Man when he hits up the super chat, because it's whatever he's thinking about at the time. So he states, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 servers still work. I love Xbox. All the service from the 360 still work. I repeat, I love Xbox, and that's something, brother. I can definitely vouch for, man. When it comes down to it, like the server longevity on games that you love, I definitely see a lot more on the Xbox side of things in terms of them
Mhm.
keeping the servers up, keeping the gamers happy to go in and play online. Yo, huge shout out to Sir X Man for that, man. But
Rainbow Six Vegas was dope.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that damn game.
But you
uh,
know what else is dope? Rainbow Six Siege.
yeah, dude,
Yeah, I gotta pick that up, bro.
you were talking about that off
I
air,
got
man.
it. I just did.
I'm
I
playing it
picked it
right
up with a
now.
copy the other day.
Dude, are you're multitasking? I can't yell at the
Man,
special
I've
guest.
always multitasked.
I can't yell
Every
at the special.
podcast I've ever been on, I've been playing games at the
Oh,
same time.
yeah. Yo, for
Yo,
people,
Bot,
what's up?
let's get to that topic. The topic that you said you wanted to discuss.
Well, we're getting close to the end though, so I don't think I don't think we can cover it at length
All right, what was
within
it though?
enough time. Basically, all right. I'll tell you, and I'm talking like I'm in an Xbox Live party right now, but basically, what I was thinking, if you notice, this whole console war BS
Mhm.
has trickled over to kind of like what I call adult themes. It's trickled over to business and units sold and stock prices and stuff like that. And the more I look at it, because you remember back in the day, it was Nintendo or Genesis. The Genesis does what Nintendo don't. And at
Mhm.
that point in time, it was about the games. And the way I'm looking at it is our generation the reason why this console war BS has picked up so much speed? Because now it looks like it went from kids saying my game is better than yours to those same kids as they're growing up
Mhm.
bringing it to a more adult topic. So now it's more like, well, my preferred piece of plastic sold more units than
Right,
yours.
right.
You see what I'm saying? I feel like our generation may be responsible for what people are talking about in social media right now. A lot of people they like to point to, big gaming media
Mhm.
as well. I feel like it might be a generational thing. And as that generation grew up, it was the same argument, but it took on adult topics now. So now it's about the stock market and how much this division is worth, and what's going on for quarter three. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I hear you.
and I wanted to hear what you guys. Do you guys want to cover that real quick? Do you guys have thoughts and
Yeah,
opinions on that, or?
let's knock it out.
Well,
Let's knock it out.
Yobi wants to talk about everything. I'm talking about everybody else. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. I don't care. But I mean, let Yobi knock it out first
yeah,
since he's so eager about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yobi. So what do you think? I'm looking at this as more of a generational thing now. Now that I'm looking at it from, we used to argue back in the day as kids whether it was Sonic or Mario, and
yeah.
now
I mean,
now
go
it's
ahead.
like units sold, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is a generational thing. I think like once we were growing up, we was going back and forth with it, and I believe it slowed down after the after the Sega Genesis and Nintendo, and then once years later, once Xbox got into it, and that's when everything started picking back up slowly.
All
And
right.
then after that, once the 360 came in, that's when shit started getting crazy.
All right, I got you, man. So you basically think, yeah, it's a generational thing, then.
Hmm.
Dude, it's something that kind of hit me before the show, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that as kind of like a hidden topic.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, brother. Well, Anchorman, what do you think about this, man? I like I said, it kind of struck me before the show went live. Do you think there's any validity to it? That it's like on our generation, we were the ones talking shit like back in the day between Sonic and Mario, and as we grew up, it just seems like that fight just took more kind of like adult topics. What do you think? Do you see anything in that, man?
I strongly disagree. I don't think it's a generational thing at all.
All
I
right.
think it's just because the way the cycle is in the age of social media, we need something to argue about all the time.
Mhm.
And like, because, okay, I guarantee you, if back in the day we had access to people's financials and how much people were actually making on a regular basis,
Mhm.
we'd be arguing about that stuff too. But we didn't have access to that kind of thing. We didn't have the internet.
That's a great point too.
So it's
man.
like, well, we have nothing to argue there. But now, where we're in the internet age, where we have that information, it's readily reported. Like MPDs, that's stuff that never would have been talked about in the '90s, never would have been discussed. But now we have access to that information, and so yeah, we're going to talk about it because we always need something to argue about.
Right.
I got you. Yeah, and I can see what you're saying, man. You know me, Anchorman. Sometimes I think outside the box, and I try to bring things out there, present them, just so people can chime in, just the way that Yobi and the way that Anchorman did right there. Mega.
Oh, and by the way, generational thing. What are you talking about? Most people I see arguing in their 40s.
True.
Oh, dude,
I'm 26, dude. I'm 26.
Brother,
like we're not arguing out in these streets. Like we're
dude,
talking
we already
about.
know you're an old soul, man. You are addicted to D&D right now. Come on, come on, man.
The original gaming.
Yo, Mega, what do you think about that? You heard Anchorman said it's more social media. I agree with the social media aspect as well, but what do you think about the generational thing? Do you think there's something there?
I think there's something there because we've always had this competitive talk about which one was better, Sega, Sony, Nintendo, before there was even a Microsoft at all.
And people
even
point
said,
back to that all the time. Like I'm like,
right, yeah, like I mean that, but there was a difference though back then. Is that when we would trash talk each other's console, we would want to beat their ass on their console and then go get our mamas and then say, hey man, I got to get this console so I can get better because he just smashed my ass.
Yo, you right.
On that Super Nintendo, you know what I'm saying, I got to get this dude. So and that's how it used to be. Like there wasn't no console, there wasn't no hate for the console. It was the hate for. It actually really wasn't the hate. It was the more of the competitive spirit.
Right.
Wanted to play somebody and wanted to beat their ass, so it was on their console in their house. That's what that was. And now it's just got elevated to a whole nother level. And that's where I have to agree with Anchorman, is that the social media aspect of it is enhanced it on top of this new generational thing with this so-called new trolling thing. It's not meant to be offensive, but it's just trolling. That's the new shit. That's that young kid shit. I don't. Right. From where I'm from back in my days, you do that trolling shit back then.
You get your ass whooped.
89, you getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the days where your neighbors would whoop your ass and send you home to your mama and your daddy and shit and get your ass whooped again. That trolling shit ain't about my generation. So that part of it that I'm not doing is this whole it is right that there's older people that's over here all inclusive into this crazy console world and talking about the financials, because ain't no 20 some year old kid worried about the stock market and what and all about what the financials and sales numbers and NPDs. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just not. So it's a part of a little bit of both, but it's more of this generation on top of the social media that adds that sickening feeling of that. Look, man, it's not the pride of having a console. No, I'm just saying you don't. It's the sickening feeling that you don't. That we care more about these consoles more than we care about the games. Because when you see these guys that talk about the games, they're not talking about Gravity Rush 2. They're talking about games that hit good numbers. Talk about games that don't do well. That's the game. That's the true gamers.
But that are good, because there are good games out there that don't.
There's a lot of good games out there. Yeah, don't talk about fucking Metacritic scores. Tell me about that game. Show me that gameplay.
Metacritic pisses me off.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it's about. So I think both Yobi and Anchorman is right, but I feel that just more of this trolling stuff it's what makes it even more sickening to me.
All right, I got you. Yo, Predator, what do you think about that deal? You heard what I had to say. In terms of like as the generation gets older, it seems like the console war argument grew into more adult topics. I know you, dude, you are heavy in on business, but you invest in a lot of things and stuff like that. Do you think there's any validity to that, or do you want to roll with more Anchorman social media Is it a mix like K Mega? What are your thoughts, man?
I want to say it's a mix because, like, I can honestly say, like, we weren't talking about this stuff years ago, right? Like, we
Mhm.
weren't talking about financials and stuff like that. I think Anchorman said that before.
Mm.
Like it's available to us now, so we kind of see it, and it's just like another bragging point for one person to put down the other console. So they'll just dig for little simple stuff like that. Oh well, we sold more. We sell more consoles. You know, it's like everything has a bragging right. You know, like you have to brag about something that makes your shit look better than the other person's shit. So that's where that stems from. They're just using a new source. You know, the other sources besides just, you know, a game sucking or me whooping your ass in a game, right?
Brother, I'm not gonna brag. I'm gonna complain. My Xbox One X is way too quiet. All right, it's just way too quiet, man. But now, go ahead.
So the other part of that too is like I want to say it is social media because like I don't discuss gaming outside of the internet, like outside of Twitter. That's why I see it. I don't see it at work. I don't see it out in the streets. I'll go to my brother-in-law's house. Like he don't talk about gaming like that. Like we may talk about a game we're playing, like we
Mhm.
might some Madden or something like that and whoop each other's ass in that. But like we're actually playing a game though. We're not talking about sales. We're not talking about which console's better. You know, like, yo, what game you playing? Oh, this or what system? Okay, that. So we'll jump on whatever system we're playing on. That's the extent of it. And even like at work, like I go to work and if I discuss any kind of video game stuff with people at work, we're not talking about a console war. We're talking about a stage in the game. You know, like, oh, did you beat this boss in this game? Like, you know, oh, how do you like this game? I should pick it up. It ain't about the console we're playing on. It's about the game itself. So like the social media aspect of it, like I don't see trolling in real life. I see it on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
I don't like. I go on my Twitter feed, and my Twitter feed, the Twitter that I have with this account is strictly for gaming, right? Because I don't want all that shit in my real life, right? So like, I follow a lot of gamers on there, so I expect to see a lot of gaming stuff. But like, up until maybe last year when I started just not following people or unfollowing some idiots, like I don't see it as rampant anymore, but I still see stupid shit like, oh, this graphics on this game don't look as good as this. Like you'll see that stuff being retweeted by other people. But if no one ever retweeted anything, I'd probably never see any of that negative shit.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see it like maybe some of the guys who kind of switched over, like, you know, crapping those guys, like they're dropping negative bombs
Hold
nowadays.
on.
But
Crap switched. Where'd he go to? Where'd he?
you know,
Nemesis?
Where'd he
up
go?
until that happened, like I wasn't seeing that much negative stuff in my feed. It started to kind of go down a little bit. Like we may talk amongst ourselves in the Xbox community about a game, like, oh, this game sucks, like don't pick it up. But like the bashing again has kind of started up again, and it always seems to happen when Microsoft releases a game. You start seeing a lot more negative information on Twitter,
Especially
social
a
media.
game that has potential to draw people in, man. Then all
Yeah,
of a
and I
sudden,
mentioned this, I think, on someone's podcast the other day. It's like it seems like every time Microsoft releases a game or is about to release a game, the negative shit comes out about Microsoft. You know, like it's always the game sucks or there's like something stupid like this little Gears of War graphic that just came out, you know, comparing it to Days Gone. Like stupid shit like that happens all the time. And it seems to happen only when Microsoft is releasing a game. You can't just say, oh, this game looks really good, I'm interested in playing it. It's, oh, this game's gonna look like shit.
Seriously.
In the chat just now, oh, Gears isn't as good as it. I heard it's not nearly as good. Like you haven't even played the game yet. It ain't
Exactly.
even
Shut
out.
up.
Why are you talking about it? Just enjoy the beta and let it and move on. But like, you know, we don't hear this kind of shit in the real world. We only see this on social media, and we're guilty of it because we spread it ourselves.
you know, it's funny when you said stupid. Oh, shout out to a new member. Hold on, music's playing right now. Hold up. Yeah. Shout out to the newest member, Lucifer. Thank you, brother, for joining my channel, man. I appreciate
He's
it,
gonna
and he's
torment
just gonna
your ass.
troll me even harder on my gameplay. I know it's gonna happen, but yo,
Yo,
Anchorman,
bye. You slick, bro.
why? What happened?
Everybody gameplay played on here, but when yours played, you got in the right hand corner and says winner. Oh, so you think you're winning this, huh?
Oh no, dude, I was the winner last week, man. I might have to change up the format. I don't know if I'm confusing
Yeah,
people or what. I won last week, so that last week's gameplay gets shown first this week with all the gold and
Okay.
glitter and all that cool stuff. You know, you got
Okay.
winner. If you notice the sidebar, where it says next, it was all like shimmering in gold and stuff
You
like
gotta
that.
watch Bot though. He be doing some slick shit. Like you'll win, he won't put your gameplay up there.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
yeah.
But
He'll cut off half of your gameplay and
Anchorman,
shit.
don't
Like what?
Anchorman,
What's
don't.
going on,
Hey,
man?
I don't know what they're
What's
talking
happening?
about, brother. Don't listen to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Uh,
No.
Man,
Then
ask about don't even know how to spell his name right. He put
you'll
X
give him
body on Twitter.
you'll give him 2 weeks of gameplay ahead of time, and the next thing you
no,
know, he's
no.
showing old gameplay that you gave him 4 years ago.
So I'm guessing, Mega, that bot is the one that makes you go out of bounds and fall in SSX and stuff like that.
I know, I got you, but you know
Yo, he
what?
did better this
It's
one.
a
He only
winner.
fell like
It's
4
a
Did he
winner.
times.
Did he though? I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him fall like a couple times in the
He fell like
video.
I counted. It was 4 times that
4 times.
he ate the
Okay,
snow, man.
it's one less than last time.
No,
Okay.
as opposed to like 12 times last time.
That's okay. It's all good, man. I mean, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? Look, when you ain't played a game in a while and you jump in and just
That
hit
is true.
record, that's just, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some
I will
bloopers because
agree.
I didn't
Brother, it's
have
like riding
because this was a
SSX
because
is like riding a bike, man. What are you talking about, dude?
And this
man,
is the
come on.
trash
Not
inside the
really
great
though,
community.
dude. Like SSX is kind of a tougher game, to be
And that's
honest.
the trash
Yeah.
inside the community.
Yo, I'll pop in my SSX right now. I will live stream after this, and I will show you what it's about.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. We can have a SSX off, bro.
He look.
You
It
don't-
looks like you just took
brother,
this gameplay right
don't
as
want
soon as
that
you started
business, man.
playing the game.
I
again.
did. I did.
You don't want that business, man. Hold on, guys. Knoxximus has been really quiet. I really want to
He's
hear
gone,
what
man.
he thinks
He's
about
gone.
it.
He's gone.
gone?
Yeah.
He had to go.
Oh, I didn't
You know,
even hear him
Knoxximus
say.
would have been saying something by now. Come on now.
Yeah, I know, right?
He'd have
Damn
been
it.
saying
Yeah.
yuccas all day.
Oh shoot! Do you feel left out? Do you feel?
He would
Do
have
you
been saying
feel
PlayStation's the
deprived
best,
now,
brother.
Yobi? You didn't
Huh?
get a yuccas. You feel
Oh,
deprived?
Yeah, man. I wanted at least one yuccas,
I've
man.
actually counted 5 times that Mega's fallen in this SSX gameplay.
yeah. He said four times. 4 times.
He said 4 times. I said it was more than that, and it is.
Oh
Okay,
no!
it is. Look at that.
Yo,
Boom.
Anchorman,
Look at that. Hitting that.
we're off the
Hitting
rails.
that.
I think
Hitting
it's
that.
about time to
Hitting
shut
that.
it down,
Well,
man.
you know what? I want to bring back. You know, what I'm saying? I'm most likely going to win gameplay again. But the fact of it, but if
Ooh.
I don't, I'll bring game. I'll bring my SS. I'll bring some more SSX
Wait,
of when I was hitting the real shit. So let's
isn't
go.
this old ass gameplay too?
No,
I've seen
no,
you
it's
play
not the
these
same.
games before.
No, it's not the
Yeah.
same. It's not the same.
Okay, all right,
No,
all
it's
right.
not the same.
all
Yo,
right.
trust me. I'm like, no, because he fell over here the first time, and now he took like 2 steps more and fell over there that time. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I'll bring some games that I've played before. You know that I've showed before. So it's all good, man. Don't worry about
Anchorman,
it.
I apologize on behalf of my panel here for what's going on
Well,
right now. But no,
that's
guys,
all right though.
Wrap
no,
this shit up.
yeah,
As
guys, we're pretty much we're gonna wrap it up. I know it felt a little awkward. You know, next podcast is usually live every Saturday, 7 p.m. This coming weekend we will be going back to the regular time. But like I said, I was at Dave and Buster's yesterday, celebrating the kids' birthdays, having fun, playing Halo Fireteam Raven, beating that, not letting any little kids in on the game until I beat it. It was a lot of fun. Yo, thank you guys, everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. You guys have been absolutely awesome as always, sharing your opinions. Newest member, Lucifer, Sir X-Man, repeatedly throwing down in the super chat. Brother, thank you so much. And we're winding down, so like a 40-year-old with a comb over, we gotta get those plugs in. And we're gonna start with our special guest. Yo, Anchorman, it has been a long time, man. But it was great having you on. I hope you're open to come on again because like I got all nostalgic, thinking back to like the Hard Knock Gamer days and everything like that when we used to do shows together. It was a lot of fun, man. I hope
We're
you
gonna
had
have
fun
him
as
and
well.
Kid Smooth on.
Huh? Who?
Oh shit.
I don't. Who are you talking about? Yeah.
You mean the self-proclaimed best bot?
I am the
Yeah.
best bot. You shut your mouth, Dark. But
See, it's to tell you how old it is. I
was
remember when the
agreeing
original
with
argument
you,
about
fair
was.
bot.
yeah, I remember what the
know.
yeah.
The fuck?
I
he's
remember
all
it
like,
too.
fuck you, dude. Like I didn't even. I was even trying.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
but Anchorman, why don't you let people know about the multiverse and anything you have coming on down the line and where people can go and talk games with you, brother?
Yep, Multiverse Show goes live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. We're on a hiatus at the moment. We will be picking back up around, I want to say August. I'm not sure what the first day it would be in August for us, but somewhere around that time frame. So that's the plan right now. We do a little bit of everything, a little bit of gaming, a little bit of movies, TV shows, all that kind of stuff.
Comic books.
I know. Oh yeah, of course, my comic books too.
Hell yeah.
But like the other thing, like I know right now the gang's kind of like kind of excited because of that Marvel news. Like, can we come back early?
Marvel shows some
Blade,
stuff, man.
baby! Come on, Blade!
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. I mean, look, I know the Cottonmouth because that's what I mainly know him for is from Luke Cage.
He'll be good. He's
gonna
good.
act his ass off. He can bring the swag.
Dude,
I don't know about some
you should
hands,
see,
man.
you should see him in True Detective. He's really good at acting in that show.
Well, I
No,
need to
they're
see his
ridiculous.
hands. I know his acting is fantastic. I need to see what them hands like because Wesley
Did you
Snipes.
see him in? Did you see him in Alita?
No, I'm finna buy a leader when it
Yeah,
comes
you
out
gotta see that.
Wednesday. I'm
Alita's
buying
a
that
great
shit.
movie,
Nah, right.
man.
Right
So
now, what we're doing on the Multiverse Discord is we're doing a fan casting for Fantastic Four because they confirmed that Fantastic Four is officially in the works in the MCU. So right now we're doing fan casting. If you want to see that stuff, hit me up on Twitter, AnchormanV2. I'll get you a link over to the Discord. To give you an idea of how crazy we're talking Mole Man for the first villain and have it be played by Danny DeVito or Joe Pesci.
What?
So we're going crazy right now.
You guys are going crazy over there, man. And again, thank you so much for being a special guest, man. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully you'll come on again. Hopefully my panel didn't scare you away. They
Stop it.
They can get a little crazy.
Come on.
You know. But
Yo, you're be on the panel that
the
scared me
panel,
away.
damn
He's
it!
been on GRG. He did well.
Yeah. Oh damn, you were there.
Oh, if he was on GRG,
you were
then
on
oh,
there. Oh
Yeah.
no.
You know what I'm saying? I told you we had to make quota. We had to have a white person come on the
the
show.
most ghetto podcast ever.
Oh my god.
Oh
Anyway.
damn. Yo. All right, guys, moving on.
Uh.
We're gonna move on to Yobi. Our brother Yobi celebrated his birthday yesterday. I think he said 27 years old.
31, my guy.
I keep trying, man. Trust me, a couple years you're gonna want me to cut it down a little bit.
Well, but if you was to see me face to face, I'll still look 18, buddy.
Yeah, I dude, you put videos on Twitter all the time. I can see that, brother. I can definitely see that. But yo, why don't you let people know where people can go talk games with you, and what you're doing with your mixer as well, because you are turning into a pretty heavy streamer over there, man.
Oh yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at VGYOBYXB. And people, when you tweet me Yobi, YOBY, not I. That shit is annoying as fuck. And I promise you, that shit is mad annoying. And you can find me at mixer.com/YobiGen. My mixer stream is called the Peace Love Life Gaming Stream, and I stream damn near every day.
He says peace, love, life, and you know what he's been streaming mostly? GTA.
So
Yeah. Peace,
So?
love, life. Let's go rob somebody real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yo, Dark, you were a multitasker, but not in the usual way when it comes to this panel. Usually people are throwing their opinions out there live while playing a game. And I can't believe, I think this is the first time I heard our special guest doing the same thing. But you're actually working hard on your job and still chiming in on the next podcast. I appreciate it, brother. Why don't you let people know where they can go and talk games with you?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Anonymous. You can also find me on Xbox Live and PlayStation at the same name. And you guys can find me here every Saturday making fun of K Mega. And you know, it was fun. It was fun tonight. It was good to have Anchorman on. I've never been on podcast with him, so it was a lot of fun. And having Yobi on, it was fun too, I guess. But you know,
Yo, just
you guess, huh?
Believe it or not, Anchorman gave me my first ever guest appearance on like a weekly podcast show.
And then you paid it forward by putting my fucking ass on here.
Yeah, dude, I was so nervous that first day. I think I might have said 3 words in like a half hour. I think I warmed up after a while, but man, I was incredibly nervous that day. But
Dude, facts.
all right, next on the list, man, he is a part of the starting lineup here on next podcast. You might see him as a special guest in other shows, but this is where you find him every week. Predator, you know what to do, man. You're a professional. Let him know.
Predator underscore H2OS, pretty much everywhere: MySpace, Xbox, PlayStation. Just hit me up on there. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet since we're going over time, and I'll see you guys next week.
Little bit.
Goddamn
Oh,
MySpace.
Yeah, he put that in first now. Like he sneaks it in. He'll have it in the middle, have it at the end, moves it around. And K Mega, we've been doing this for so long, man. You know what to do, brother.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to let Christopher Hart know because he said there was been a lot of people that bought Gravity Rush 2. Just looked at the numbers; they didn't even break over 200,000. I'm going to help out that game. I'm going to go ahead and get it on the 4. You know what I'm saying? So Gravity Rush, you'll get some love from K Mega because we don't hear
K
anything
Mega
about
supports
that game.
games.
I support games. I just got Tales of Vesperia just now, and you know what? I only got it for $4. You know what I'm saying? That Xbox money is the good money because I
Oh,
had them
damn.
points.
Yeah, those Tales games are awesome. by the way.
Yeah. So I just got that remake, the definitive edition. So I can't wait to jump on that after I get done with Shadow of War. And man, go check out the channel and K Mega 405. Man, check out the GRG podcast. I know somebody in here said it was the most ghetto podcast ever. Go watch it for yourself and see what it is, and you'll see that Dark
It's
is
all
going to
'cause
be a
I'm jealous,
long
Megan,
time
that's
before
why.
he comes. Anyway, no,
I'm
Dark,
jealous
what's wrong
that you
with the
still haven't
ghetto,
had
man?
me
That's where
on.
I grew up, man. What are you
I
talking
will
about?
have you on, Dark.
You always say that, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, we'll have you on," and then like fucking 5 weeks go by, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's right.
Yo,
I was supposed
Dark
to have you
Optimus
on,
is gonna
huh?"
be K Mega's like Matt Damon. At the end of every GRG, he's gonna be like, "We would have had Dark on, but we ran out of time. Maybe next
Yeah,
week."
we would have had him on, but
Look,
you
the only
know,
thing, no, this is the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? When we try to get Dark into a group of people of color in an Xbox Live chat, he runs off. He's got something to do. So,
that is not the case at all.
and so, we just want him to be right for. I know the music is here. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here, man. I want to ask you to come on, Ash. Anyway, everybody have a good one. Peace.
Yo. Hey guys, on that note, another episode of Next Podcast has wound down to the end. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Remember, next week we are back to our regular time every Saturday, 7 p.m. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Let people know where you were for these couple hours this Sunday. Let them know what kind of a fire show this is. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. We will see you guys next Saturday on the next podcast.
Peace.
Peace, love, life.
Predator!
Predators!
I literally just finished.